Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? Yay. Well, you saw that I showed a photo. I showed a picture of the LUCA poster, LUCA, LUCA poster. I had no idea what this was. I still don't really. I saw the preview and thought it was pretty cute, pretty adorable. So I thought I'd use that. If you are really on your game, you notice that I was up very early this morning putting up the announcement that I was going to be broadcasting. And I actually made an error with my tribe. I actually put it in 10 minutes earlier and didn't realize that I had done that. So that's what happens when you do things at 3 a.m. But hi, how are you? Welcome to Friday. And I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. And one of the things was LUCA. It looks really fun. It looks really interesting. It looks very odd. But I love Pixar, and I'm looking forward to seeing that this weekend. I will do myself a favor and check it out. I was going to watch it yesterday, and I said, my husband may want to watch it. So I figured we'll be able to watch it and everything. Before I forget, I will not be broadcasting on Monday. That is my birthday. I'm going to be 64 years old, and I celebrate every year as though I were 5 years old. It's very important to me, except for that I can drive now. And so, hi, I'm TERRI HARDIN. Sorry about that. I'm TERRI HARDIN, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer. And if you're first listening today or watching today, welcome. And if you are joining us not live, but you're listening to it later, welcome as well. Feel free to post in the comments any questions or answers or things you want to know. This is the day that you can ask me questions just about anything. And I will answer it even if I don't know about it. No, I'm kidding. It's just that I have led a very interesting life, and it even surprises me, honestly. And so I'm happy to share with you any quick questions or answers or questions you may have. I was talking a lot with my folks on the tribe today because this mask thing. We gotta address the elephant in the room. Let me finish my LUCA comment, which is I'm not going to talk about it because I haven't seen it. But if those of you, someone like me, may have not known that it dropped, please check it out, and we'll talk about it at a later date. Also, I won't be broadcasting on Monday. I will be broadcasting at that AMA next Friday, but because it's my birthday, my husband is whisking me away to a wonderful, happy experience. So yeah. So looking forward to that. Looking very, very forward to that. And can't wait. What else can I say? What else can I say on that subject? Got a beautiful card from my friend Keith. Look at this card. Isn't it cute? I did share it today, but I feel it needs sharing again. So I'm going to cut over here. It's a wood card. Look at that. It's all, if you do it, turn it sideways, you can see that it's layered wood. Isn't that pretty? So the Mickey is on top of the background. His face is on top of that part. The nose is on top of that part. The belly, the buttons. Isn't that cute? So sweet, so nice. And Keith simply said, and Keith simply showed his name in there so that I could enjoy it. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, it's neat. Yep. Anyway, there it is for your enjoyment. Oops, let me go back up here. There we go. Light out of your face. There you go. But anyway, yeah, super excited. And that was very nice of him to do. You don't have to do that. It was very nice of him to do that. What else was I going to say? Isn't it nice to sit here and look at me saying all day? Good grief. Anyway, I woke up very early today, so I'm a little bit dazed. Maybe that's it. Anyway, that's my thing. But feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I will stay as long as there are questions, the best I can, or a couple hours, whichever comes first. And then any questions that I miss here, I will carry over to the next one. But I do really, I'm here for that. I'm here for you, and excited about LUCA. And the question I have for you today, I have a couple actually. The first question I have for you is, how do you like Disney Plus and the fact that Disney Plus does some premiere access, but they also do things like LUCA, where LUCA is not premiere access, but Black Widow coming in July will be. So what do you think about that? Is that formula working for you? Are you liking it? Are there things they could do to improve? I'm curious. So that's what I'm asking you question today is, what do you think about Disney Plus? I personally am going to tell you right now, I'm pretty blown away by that channel. They are very clever. And are we surprised? I'm not, because it's Disney, and being an Imagineer, you pull together the creme de la creme of the industries that they work in. And so is it a wonder that this channel is really humming along, at least in my opinion? I know that there might have been some drop-offs that I heard in the news, but I don't think that's because people don't like Disney Plus. I think that people are getting back into the world. They're tired of sitting in front of their screen and watching nothing. You know what I mean? I think we're going to see a drop in several things because people are getting out into nature and breathing and seeing their families and hugging their families and having a party and enjoying themselves. So there'll be a slump for a little bit, but they'll be back, I don't think it's a reflection on what these channels are doing. I think it's a reflection on the world opening up. That's my opinion. Yeah, because I know that I dropped a couple of subscriptions to channels because I'm out. Well, I never really had a lot of them because I don't watch a lot of TV, but always working. But I had a few more than I did before, and I dropped them because I'm outside. I'm outside having a cup of tea. I'm talking with my neighbors. I'm high-fiving people I couldn't high-five before. I will say it's a little confusing because you don't know when to wear a mask and when not to wear a mask here in California. And as everyone knows, in California and Florida, people are shaming people for wearing masks or not wearing masks. And it just depends on the time of day or where you are. There is no formula to it. It's just some aren't wearing masks and shame you for wearing them, and those are wearing them shaming you for not, and what the hey. So what's the moral of that story? Don't shame anybody, okay? Leave them be. That's it. Just leave them be. Leave them be. Yeah. So that's the case. That's the deal. Also, if you TikTok and if you follow me, you notice that I did a couple of TikTok videos, and I put up a TikTok video, and it said, do you want to share it to Instagram? I said, well, this will be nice. I'll share it to Instagram to let everyone who follows me on Instagram know that I'm now on TikTok. And I did that. And I got a message from Instagram saying that the music I chose on TikTok, I may not have the licensing agreement. I may not have permission to use it on Instagram. And so wherever they think I don't have permission to use it, they're locking it down. And I told him, of course, please do, because I don't want to steal anybody's intellectual property. I have talked about this before. You can't just take anybody's record and put it on there. But apparently TikTok has agreements with a lot of with all the music they use, I'm assuming. But I thought when it said, do you want to upload it to Instagram? Instagram had the same thing. So what does that tell you? Never assume. Okay. But now I did another video. If you follow me on Instagram, this is where you follow me here. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that the second video has me just going, I did that because I wanted everybody to be able to experience that video. The problem is on TikTok, it's not getting seen. So I asked people, and then one of the girls today who is a TikToker said, I got to put hashtags on it. Duh. And I didn't. So she gave me a couple of pointers on that. And I want to thank Liz Reed for doing that. She's helping me because this social media is an enigma to a 64-year-old. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of things I don't know in TikTok. I didn't know anything about. And I really did enjoy it. I've been enjoying TikTok now because it's not a lot of silly dances and girls asking me if the boobs they've bought work. I just, as a woman, I don't really think you need my opinion. You didn't need it when you decided to get larger, that's your business. So I don't really want to know that stuff. So what I learned on TikTok is I don't have to know that stuff. That's not what TikTok is about. There's all kinds of important tips that are great, like the girl who shared the avocado tip, where you cut the avocado in half, and in order to get the pit out, you simply turn it around, put your 2 fingers across the face of it, your thumb behind it, and you push, and the pit just pops right out. No cutting, no danger, no nothing. It's probably one of the best tips I've learned in a long time, and I'm grateful to TikTok for telling it to me in under a minute. And that's what I've learned. So I'm very excited to be a part of TikTok. Please go over there to TikTok and find me. I'm TikTok. There I go again. You see, that's the other challenge. What I have learned also, if you want to wait a little bit, is it was suggested to me to make my TikTok name the same as my Instagram name, but I have to wait 30 days in order to do that. So next month I will change it to this, and that way it's easier to find me. But I'm learning, so bear with me if you're on TikTok and going, what the heck is she doing? The second video also, I turned the music off. I could not get the music off my video. The music was on there, and I'm like, can I go in? Can I take it off? Nope. Once you put it on, you can't take it off. And then the second thing was, can I take the whole thing down? Can I take that video down and redo it and then bring it back up? These are things I don't know. But if you do, please in the comments or message me later. And if you have some TikTok tips, can say that fast, I'd really appreciate it, because I like the venue very much, and I'm very impressed. One thing I also learned, and you may learn too, is if you collect change in jars before you put it in a Coinstar at 12%, your bank will take coins again. I think you ask them if they will. My bank doesn't take rolled coins. The key is rolled. They do not take rolled coins. Don't waste your time putting them in rolls. If you go to a City National Bank, they're just going to dump them right back out. So they have suggested you put them in plastic bags, and guess where my change is? In plastic bags. So yo, yay, wow, what's up, right? So yeah, that's the deal with that. What else was I going to say? I was going to say that was one of the things I learned on TikTok, was a little bit that modern coins are still very valuable if you know what to look for. So check your dollars, check your coins, and there's a couple places you can go. But if you scroll through or you Google coins, do Google coins on YouTube as well. There's some people that'll really tell you some stuff, and you will find yourself being like this for most of the time. And if you can find a penny worth 1,000 or a quarter worth $20, isn't it worth going through your current change? I think so, but it's up to you. And then what else did I want to share with you today? Oh, I will not be broadcasting. I think I said that. I won't be broadcasting on Monday because it's my birthday. And I think that's it. I'm sure I'll think of more stuff. Oh, I did. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go to your questions, and I'll think of it as I go, okay? Hello there, Grim Greeting Tracy. How are you today? Hi, David. Good to see ya. Hello, Terry and friends. We've made it to Friday. We have, Angie. We have indeed. We have indeed. Hi, Joe. Good to see ya. Terry, have you done anything with Universal? Yes, I have. The Flintstones 1 and 2 is a Universal picture. Yeah, you know, the first one was with John Goodman, and the second one was with, I forget his name, but wasn't John Goodman. But I did Dick the Bird's Wings, and I did all kinds of crazy stuff in the Flintstones. I'm trying to remember if I got a credit listed, because sometimes as a puppeteer you get a credit listed, and sometimes as a puppeteer you don't get credits listed. Let me just see, Angie, if I have. I'm gonna just all albums. What album is this? Oh, there's the product. I'm gonna remember that. Okay. Forgive me for talking to myself. Let me just see what I have here. If I have my Flintstone stuff in here. I have my Baby Sinclair stuff in here. Are you surprised? Let me pop that in. Let's see. And my Foster Farms chicken stuff. I've really enjoyed TikTok, guys. I got to tell you, it's nice to learn something in a minute, and it's going to train me to do something in less than a minute, right? And I think learning things are marvelous. You know, I think it's just great to be able to learn stuff. And yeah, I'm surprised I don't have, I'm looking in here and I'm saying to myself, I don't have my Flintstone stuff in here. What's the matter with me? You see, this is what happens when you have a lot of stuff that you do. You go, wow, where's that stuff? It's not here. I'm missing it. Oh my goodness. It's not inside. I don't have it inside, and I don't. It's not here. I'm looking at this last album. I'm kind of laughing at myself that it's not in here. That is funny. That is funny. Angie, you have hit on something I've got to fix. I've got to fix that so you can see some Flintstones pictures. I'll make sure I do that. I should have one called films, because I have one called Dune and I have one called Ghostbusters, but I really should have one called films so that everyone can see my films. I will make sure I do that. Oh, wait, I do have one called films. Was that fast or what? And here they are. Yoo-hoo! See? Yay for me. All right, here we go. Okay, so here I am in a universal picture. And this universal picture is, and you can see right here, right there is Terry. And I am doing Dick de Bird's wings, and that is, yes, John Goodman. So I am down below doing Dick de Bird's wings while he is shooting his bit. And then if we go over here I am, another great hairstyle. I'm at Henson's, and at Jim Henson Studios, I am actually at the Creature Shop. And at the Creature Shop, I am programming the time clock. So there you go. Okay. I don't know if I have any more. I'm going to check right now to see if I have any more. But that was a lot of fun. That was, oh yeah, I've got one more I'll show you right here. This has me and my friend Bruce Lanoyle with Whoopi Goldberg. Then over here on the right, I'm playing Dino's tongue. That means glamorous. You thought puppetry was glamorous. It is. There I am performing Dino's tongue, licking John Goodman. And please take that at face value. Then, in the lower corner here, we've got Elizabeth Taylor. She's about to get chomped by the dino, operated the dino, and with a team of people. And then, of course, the famous Michael Jackson picture has absolutely nothing to do with Flintstones other than he came to visit us. So there you go. I hope that was helpful and that was fun. And thank you, so I could learn how to navigate my own system. See, the 64 card is going to be a good one to play, right? I'm 64. Give me a break. I can hear it now. I'm 64. Give me a break. Cut me some slack. Thank you. Hello, Bella and Grandma. How are you? Bella, I know you saw the first TikTok I ever did. Well, it's my second. My first one was my hitchhiking ghost pin. But you saw the first one that kind of introduces me to everyone, saying, hi, I'm new to TikTok. And you get to see it there. And there you were. There we were. We got to take another picture because you're a little kid there. You're growing up now, aren't you? Yeah, but I had to include that one. And then my second one has the Foster Farms chickens in it because somebody said, you got to have the Foster Farms chickens on there. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Angie. I'm excited. I love being a member. I love being a June baby. Most parents who have June babies look like this and are exhausted because we're terribly inquisitive. We're very, very curious, and we're always getting in danger as babies. But we're also extremely creative. So look out. I'm sure other months are like that too. But the 21 Club and June 21 or June at all, if you talk to parents, they'll say, yeah, my kid was like that. Or the child will say, it's me. And it can be anything. So thank you, Angie. Very sweet of you. Do you think you'll have actually retired? Well, I'm semi-retired now. Kind of, sort of. And, but if I do retire, it's going to look a lot different than it does now. And my husband retires in 2 years. So when he retires, in fact, Angie, you've hit on a note here that's very important. When he retires, I'd like to travel around with him. I'd like to create projects with him that I could post on social media. But will I be as present as I am on social media now? I'm not sure. I really don't know what the future is going to hold for me, but I do know that I want to spend a lot more time with him. And I'm very excited that he's going to be retiring soon and we can start to create together. The goal is to get the garage clean before he retires. And that's a goal that, if you've got something that's very, very full, i.e. my garage, that takes a little time. You do it for a little while and then you go, oh, dear Lord, I'm exhausted. And then you do it again and you go, oh, dear Lord, I'm exhausted. And, the key, I think, would be to just suck it up during a summer month. Probably the month of May would have been great, and get a few people together. Couldn't because of the pandemic. And you just pull everything out. Then you style the garage the way you want and say, what the heck is going back in there and what the heck is staying the heck out. That's what I really like to be doing. But I'm doing it in small increments because it's only me, and because I did it during the pandemic, and it was a lot of. The problem is when you're looking through there is you go, oh my God, I forgot about this. Or, oh goodness, look at this. Where did this come from? And that stops you in your tracks. And the momentum is challenging. And then you get a wave of tiredness, you put everything back. And yeah, Terry's gonna try a process. And, the thing about May is it could rain in California, but it could. Like yesterday, we had a pop-up here. Okay, so let's see. I did yesterday. I took stuff out. We had a pop-up where it poured. Y'all know what pop-ups are if you don't live in California. Some of you may know what they are if you do live in California, but we don't get them. We do not get pop-ups. We got one yesterday. Clear as a bell, in my opinion, and one cloud, and that cloud decided to cry on me. So I was just in shock. I heard this noise. I didn't even know what it was. This is the way California is. I heard this noise, and I said, what the heck is that? And I'm looking around, and I go outside, and the rain is coming down. So anyway, I got to figure something out. I will figure something out and get that garage clean. And then we will have a workspace where the two of us can do something together. We're both really looking into possibly doing stop motion together. So I will retire from certain industries, Angie, but I won't retire. From other industries. I don't see myself standing still in any case. But retiring could mean more of my work and less Disney work. And that is something that maybe is a big maybe. Maybe I'll go to one thing I do every year for you guys to collect. But I'm not sure yet. I got 2 years to figure it out. It's a deep question, Angie, because when you're creative, it's hard to stop. Have you ever seen the movie Agony and the Ecstasy about Michelangelo with Charlton Heston? You can see when you watch it, they say it's not blood that runs through his veins. It's paint. In my case, it's just creativity. You can't quit. You can't, because God has given you this amazing gift, and it's your responsibility to continue to use it and help as many as you can. So I don't think I will ever fully retire, but I definitely want to have more time with my husband and travel. And then when we travel, we visit you guys where you are. That's a big deal. I think I mentioned I really want to go to the UK to see Bella and her family. I went there once before. It was so much fun when we had lunch, but now they've invited me to come and see them at their home. And I'm really very excited to see Bella's world and her family. And then they're going to take me and see where Doc Martin is filmed. And I love that show. Doesn't have to be during Doc Martin. I live in Hollywood. Okay. I've seen enough shows shooting, but I'd love to go and see the town, because the town has water everywhere. And I keep saying to myself that, man, that looks like a really lovely place to live. So I would love to go over and visit. So I want to see people like that. All my friends over in the UK, my friends in Portugal, my friends in Spain. I would love to just tour and visit them and learn about your world. Visit you and learn about your world is what I'd like to do. That would be the best, I think. That and seeing Earth from space, by the way. I'm just saying. Okay, very cool. Love the TikTok. Oh, I know. You guys are so sweet. And you jumped right in and joined. And please tell your friends and have them follow me. And if they have any tips on how to do it better, they can follow me and give me tips. because it is an enigma. That music thing, I was like, how do I get this music off of here? You can change it, you can't get it off. And I was like, get it off, get it off. And so I turned the sound down and did Menemenep, and lots of people wrote and said, well, I mean, not lots of people, because I think 3 people have viewed it because I forgot to put hashtags on it. But 3 people viewed it and said there's no music. So I finally commented and said there's not music because I didn't want to violate somebody's intellectual property. So that's the big question. Do I leave it on TikTok and where TikTok has permission and I just don't share it on Instagram? Or and then I just tell the people on Instagram, go check out my TikToks? Or you TikTokers out there, what's your advice? How do I do this so I don't violate intellectual property, mainly musicians, on Facebook and Instagram? That would be a big help. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I really do appreciate that. Good morning. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Thank you so much. I'm excited. It's coming. You are a gift to us. You're a gift to us all. Stay the same wonderful person you are. And anybody who knows you knows what I'm saying is the truth. Thank you, Bob. And Rose. I'm sure Rose is in there saying, go, Bob, go. I appreciate that. I really do. I really, really do. I'm just, I love birthdays. I mean, like I'm 5. Every birthday is a celebration. And I don't think it's one to be, birthday. What are you talking about? I don't have a birthday. I don't know. What are you talking about? No. I celebrate in the month most of the time. A lot of you have sent me some beautiful cards. Bella sent me a lovely present and a gift, which you don't have to do. Please don't. It's just, the thought is just beautiful. That card right there was lovely. I always appreciate it. But honestly, just a wish from you like this is perfect. This is what I really, really love more than anything. Favorite thing about my job, the people. Did I answer that quick enough? There's nothing like collaborating with a like-minded soul. Are you follow me, Joe? So if you're a train enthusiast, and I remember when the first time I did a talk at Carolwood Foundation, which is the Disney Train Society group. If you don't know them, please Google them. They're amazing. And I took my husband there, and he's a train enthusiast. And he a lot of times goes with me when I'm speaking, but truth be told, it's not always his favorite thing. I am his favorite subject. But when he went to Carolwood, he lit up because everyone there loves trains like he does. And he loves to learn. So they were telling him things about trains he didn't know. He still talks about the time we did a Carolwood trip to celebrate the Combine car that Walt recreated in honor of when he was 14 and worked on a Combine car. And they found it in a field and they fixed it up, and it's now at Griffith Park. You can actually walk through it and experience that recreated car that Walt did. And in order to raise the funds for it, they had an adventure. The adventure was you could come up from Southern California or down from San Francisco, meet in San Luis Obispo, and have a train event where I think I've spoken about this before. People brought their trains, their full-size locomotives and trains to this point, and you could ride, learn, and experience them. Absolutely blow you away. My husband had a great time. He was in his element, and I was really having a good time too. But that's what I'm talking about. These kind of things, if you got a like-minded person sitting with you and you start to talk the stuff that you love, it's infectious, and it really does rev you up. Many of you know the amazing Mark Silverman, and Mark, who did the voice for the Tower of Terror before it became the adventure with Guardians of the Galaxy. But when it was Rod Serling, he did Rod Serling's voice. Does it great. The one that I have him do for my father all the time is Maxwell Smart, because he nails it. Oh my gosh, Don Adams. Oh, he's so good. Anyway. When I first met Mark, I wasn't so sure I was going to like him because he was a little bit odd. I mean, we're all odd, but there was something about Mark that was like, okay, what's up with that guy? But when I got to know him, and this is also a very good thing, be curious, not judgmental. We we got together and we actually learned about each other. And I love Mark. I mean, you can imagine that some people, when they first meet me, go, what a whack doodle, says, speaks her mind, comes right out and says what she likes or doesn't like, has funky hair, wears weird glasses, but you're curious. And I was curious about Mark Silverman, thanks to Margaret Carey. He loves War of the Gargantuas. Now, many of you may be going, the what of the what? It is a wacky movie, but I love 1950s horror films. He loves War of the Gargantuas. It was wonderful. We talked Godzilla, we talked Brain from Planet Arrows, and we talked War of the Gargantuas because my husband and I knew exactly what that was. And we had a kindred spirit in Mark. And now he's one of our closest friends, and we're always talking 1950s movies because it's nice to find someone who likes that. So to answer your question, Joe, it's really a fun thing in my job to meet people like you who love Disney. Okay, I've loved Disney since I was a little kid and been fortunate enough to build and design Disney attractions and Disney parks all over the world. And you get people like Bella, who I run into in Paris, and she wants to know about the dragon. So we go over there together, and I introduce her to my dragon, which is underneath the castle in Paris. Liz Reed, who lives in the UK, often sneaks off to see the dragon. And so when you've seen the dragon and you write to me and you say how much you love her, I am so excited to meet you and hear why. When you tell me about characters that you love, I just love that. Okay. I have a friend who adores Tigger, and I love Tigger too. Okay. That's what they call me, is Tigger, because I'm so bouncy. But he loves Tigger and I love Tigger, and Randy Gribe, and he and I are like about Tigger, but we're also because I've sculpted a lot of characters. So if you have a character that you love, we're often chitter-chattering about that too. My friend Nate Singleton, for example, loves Jessica Rabbit, and I sculpted a Jessica Rabbit. So now he's commissioned me to sculpt one for him. And it was just lovely to sit and chatter about things that you love. Disney parks, what else do you enjoy? What else can I help you with? It's just a lot of fun. The people are always wonderful. Tony Baxter, I'll have to say, one of the most fun times was bumping into him in an antique show and finding that we love antiques. We're always talking Disney, Tony and I, but when we met at the antique show, it was like, hey, it's just the most fun ever. And if it hadn't been for my job, and then the other thing in reality, Joe, to answer your question, is I learn new stuff. When you get to be an Imagineer or you work for Mattel in the toy area, a lot of people share their abilities with you. They teach you, and that's how I learned how to work in wax. And toy wax is a dream. If you've worked in polymer clays like Super Sculpey, it's nice, but it's not like working in wax. Wax is phenomenal. And as a sculptor, I learned how to sculpt in wax and the properties of wax and the beauty of wax from my friends at Mattel. So let me just see if I can show you a couple of things from there that I've done. Here is a Harmony King box I did with Kevin and Jody when they were at Disney. This is all wax. It was done for Kevin and Jody for the Harmony Kingdom box. The lid pops off and there's a mouse inside, but I did all of that in wax. Look at how tiny it can get. So I'll show you something else in wax. That's the Kingdom box, but I'll show you some crazy stuff. Crazy detail. This is my Disney puzzle map that I did for the Disneyana convention of 2001. All of this is done in wax. All of it. Look at the detail. You cannot get this detail in the polymer clays. It's just not going to happen. But the wax makes it happen. See? Look at all that. If I zoom in, you'll see, kind of hard to see, but right under Dumbo is Maleficent. It's a little fuzzy. And then where the Dumbo ride attraction lifter is, if you look over to the end of that at the top castle turret, you can see a little faint Tinkerbell. All of those little details like that are there. Let me see if I can, I'm looking to see if I can show you something else that's like super drippy. Yeah, here we go. I had another picture I wanted to show you, but this one will do. Here is a shot of Cinderella, and that is a number 2 pencil eraser. So you see her head is the size of a number 2 pencil eraser, and there she is right there. I sculpted her like this because then later she's painted, and when she's painted, the painter doesn't need me doing sculptures on it because then she'd end up having too much dark. But here she is painted. I did not paint her, but someone else painted her, and look at how beautiful she looks. That's my sculpture painted by a brilliant painter. Okay. So, the head is the size of my pinky fingernail. Okay. The head is the size of my pinky fingernail. Again, wax, wax, wax. I love learning things, and I bless everyone who taught me about wax at Mattel. So thank you for the question, Joe. Hello, there she is. Hope you get it in time. I knew you guys sent me a card. I actually sent you a thank you card, and I hope it gets to you in time, whatever that time is. So many people are saying the pandemic is going to mess up delivery, so I just hope you get it. Oh, the pandemic still keeps sinking its claws into us. So please don't think it's gone. It's still around lurking. Angie says, did you get time to set up a visit with your mom? I set it up, and it's going to be next week. It was going to be next week, and I can't do it next week. So for some reason, there's certain days you can go. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. In any case, it will happen, and when it does, you'll be the first to know. I have been talking to her on the phone. She's been very sweet about it. The mother of old would have been a nightmare. I mean, oh Lord. But now she's been really sweet. So I gotta go see her. I told my father to let her know I'm working on it. I had some things I had to do with my car, and then there was a lot of money out because of I'm paying taxes, which is always interesting. And yeah, life has been a little chaotic. So that's why I want to, have a nice, relaxing birthday. Not that you guys wouldn't help me to relax. If I was going on my own, which I never would because I have my husband, love of my life, I would still talk to you on my birthday. It might not be as long, but I'd give you a little shout out. And I still might pop up live if he's asleep. But I really, it's not really a good idea to pull out your phone when at a restaurant and you're supposed to be talking with someone. You saw I did that a couple of times here because I was looking up a name, but I really shouldn't do that. No one should do this because it hurts a person's feelings. And you shouldn't do that when on vacation. If I was obsessed with my phone and computer and was still working, what part of vacation is that? So I will take my computer in case something happens that's dramatic. But for the most part, I'm not going to be on it. No. The electronics will be off. Yeah. So if you send me something and I don't respond right away, I apologize because my electronics will be off. Yeah. That's my husband wants that. Now he tends to pick up his phone right away because he likes to look at Reddit. Okay. He loves learning about Reddit. He just picks it up. If he does that, I might take a moment to peek in on you guys really quickly, but I don't want that to be the vacation. I want it to be about nature and the things around me. And, I don't think your fault, everything should be tunnel vision here. And on TikTok, I remember hearing a young lady, which I thought she was very sweet. She's almost got 1 million views because she shows cleaning. And she shows her passion, which is cleaning, and she does it better than most people. And she gives tips about cleaning. She's very good, and she's very sweet. And I think she's like 20 years old. I was very impressed with her. She said, I grew up realizing, and she says, now I realize I don't have to do makeup videos or dance silly dances. I can just share with you what I love and why I love it. And now you can do it too, which is the cleaning. And there's nothing wrong with makeup videos or silly dances. It's just that some people, it's not what they do, and they want to know, can I fit in this thing called social media? Because it is the modern times, and it is the future. If you're not on it, good for you, if you want to keep your privacy. But if you're trying to break into it and figure out how to surf it, maybe not have 1 million followers or 1 million views. You just want to have communication with people, as I do. I don't want to feel like I'm still using, that I still believe in typewriters when computer keyboards are happening. You don't want to be a dinosaur. Don't want to be a dinosaur. Sometimes I do want to be a dinosaur. But what I'm saying is, I don't text. I don't do that stuff. That's fun if that's what you want to be, but understand you can be left in the dust. And I don't really want to. I want to learn it. I learn it a lot slower. And a lot of times I'm learning it from people who are very young. Because let's face it, you people that are 20, 30, that's very young. Don't think that's old. 7, 9, 10. I've learned from 10-year-olds. I'm very open to learning from anybody. I don't judge. I'm curious. And if you know how to navigate this, I want to learn from you. So it doesn't matter what age you are. If you've got a tip for me, I want to know about it. And that's what I love. So that all came from, did I have a chance to see my mom? I thought of my mom. She doesn't text, and she hates it. And my father does. And he talks to text. He's 87, 86 years old. And he talks to text, and sometimes I get some wacky messages. But it's great that he does, because he has a lot of people he used to coach when he was in college, when he was a college coach, and they text. So now he doesn't lose touch with them because he's not going to do that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So that's the deal. So I will visit my mother. I think it's going to be easier now that we've opened up. However, many convalescent hospitals are still asking us that we wear masks. And of course, I'll be happy to do that. But I'm hoping that the visitations will open up so I can go see her, because I've so far not been too successful at it. And Jenna said, everybody says hello, Bob and Rose. Hello to Bob and Rose. Johnny Johnson, this is another thing I want to do, is be able to come and see you in Florida sometime in 2022. This is my good friend, John. He and I, a lot of times when I go see John, I don't even go to the park, do I, John? The last time was January of last year. John took me to Animal Kingdom and introduced me to my favorite restaurant, Yak and Yeti. In fact, it took forever. I kept writing him and saying, what's the name of that restaurant, John? And he'd say Yak and Yeti for the umpteenth time. But Yak and Yeti, we went and ate at Yak and Yeti, and we sat with a bunch of people. Oh, that was so fun. And going back to Joe and his question about what do I love about my job, it's people like John and you. John, amazing. A lot of times John and I will just do stuff outside of Disneyland in Florida, and it is so much fun. We'll visit my peeps that are in Florida, and that's what I really love. I love meeting, connecting up and meeting and visiting and chatting with my friends. And I love that. And the last time I was there, Tony Baxter had a talk, and I got to meet Jim, and Jim was hosting it. And it was so exciting. And now he's a part of the tribe, and just tumbles into joy. You keep yourself open in the door of opportunity, even if you don't recognize it. Go through, worry about what you're going to do later. Just go through that door of opportunity. Surprises can be very, very fun. So John, it's good to see you. I miss you a lot. We'll have to talk about 2022, won't we? Joseph says, good morning. Following your TikTok, I don't like Disney Plus Premier Access. I'd rather see a new movie in the theater. I don't watch much of anything else on Disney Plus since I already own most of the content on DVD and Blu-ray. That's true. But there's a thing called, what is it called? I just looked at it, a new documentary about the lyricist who did the music for things like Aladdin and things like that. What's his first name? Y'all know it, I'm sure. Anyway, that documentary's on there, and I don't even know if that's on DVD. So, Joe, look at the documentaries, because some of these documentaries aren't available on DVD. You might enjoy Disney Plus a lot better. I know I do. But yes, I do like seeing it in a theater. I would enjoy doing that. My husband's not quite ready to go into theaters yet. So we actually, for the first time, paid Premier Access for Cruella. And I liked Cruella, and I get to see it over and over and over again, and I adore the costumes. So I've watched it a couple of times when I'm watching TV. I'll have it on in the background. I think for the most part, it's a pretty good film. A lot better than most live actions that are done, except for Cinderella, which is the best. But yeah, so this new one, I know my husband is probably really going to want to see it in the theater. He asked me if I wanted to go. Black Widow, and she is one of my favorite characters. I think that she's really fun to watch. And the actress is genius. Does a lot of her own backflips and crazy stuff. And not that I think that's really cool, because I don't mind if a stuntman does it for you, but it really helps production if they can cut in close when you're doing all that cool stuff. And she does. So she's a talented gal, and I love watching her, and I love seeing her in action. So it's one of the few Avengers films I will make a point to see. But I also loved WandaVision, and WandaVision doesn't have a DVD or Blu-ray, and I like watching that over and over and over again. In fact, as an actor, I've just been invited to watch, is it on my birthday? I think it's the 19th. So it's just before my birthday. I have the option to watch a Q&A with her about with the two of them, Vision and Wanda, about WandaVision. And that's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see if I have time to go check that out. So I love that stuff. I love it. So, but I understand what you're saying. I totally get it. Good morning, Debbie Smith. Bonnie, it's been a while. Yes, it has, Miss Bonnie. How are you? People are back at the office. So I have headphones in one ear in the morning. Happy Friday. Miss the chats. We miss you too, Bonnie. We do. How's it going? Are you having to wear masks there, Bonnie? Are you still got partitions, or has Jericho come falling down? Is the big question that I've been asking today. And if you TikTok, please give me some tips, please. Angie says the mass craziness with people fighting and even killing people is very sad. Yeah. What is that about? Here's the thing. My husband and I have realized that in some cases we are very quick to anger, and we're not those kind of people. We're pretty laid back. I wouldn't say we were, hippies or anything like that, cool man, hip, whatever. But we do notice that certain times, if something is done, our irritation level just spikes. So it might be at a 0 and it jumps to 10 and like this fast. And we just go, what happened? Why am I finding this so, like inefficiency makes me crazy. And we have these air conditioning guys here who are really not that efficient. We're finding out they may be a family-owned business, but they're not real good at certain things they're doing. They're causing more trouble than they're worth because they did the job in a hurry. And I don't like rush jobs, and I don't like inefficiency. And I don't like doing certain things around my house myself. My husband will tell you that although I could probably put in my own back door, I don't want to do it because if it's done wrong, I want someone I can yell at. This is a true story. My husband will tell you, Terry always wants someone to yell at. For example, if you're going to have a wedding, do not ask your family to cater it. Why? Because if you don't like it, you're stuck with it, because you could create a grudge that will last till the end of time with your family. Hire a catering service, people who do it for a living, so that if it doesn't work out, you're perfectly comfortable telling them where it's not working. This is so important. I cannot stress this enough. If you're going to have an event, be careful, because if it doesn't work, you don't want to yell at a family member, and you won't. You'll just suck it up and you'll have a not fun adventure, and that's not cool. Okay? The last thing you want to find out is a family or friend, fall short in your eyes. We really don't want your family. I don't want my family or my friends to show me, I think they have the ability to do this. Okay, let's let you do it. Then that friend of yours will take advantage because you're a friend, or they'll kick back like Have you ever had a business where you've hired your friend and they sort of sashay in anytime they want because they know the boss? Well, let me tell you something. If you're going to work for a friend, you bring in 110%, not 80. You do it because you want them to succeed, not you want to take advantage. But we all have those people that will do just that, and that hurts you as much as it hurts them. And so this is the kind of thing that just really frustrates me, is you're easy to ignite. And this is what's happening here with Angie, is that people are fighting. I think they've just been cooped up too long and they don't know how to behave in public. They don't know what their manners are outside. And to take a gun out and shoot, that is just insane. Where did that come from? How is that even in your Rolodex up here? I mean, the times I sit and go, really? That was your solution? Because I'm quick there are times that I can feel the anger go up. I'm never going to pull out a gun. I'm never going to harm someone. In fact, I've told myself back off, in traffic where everything is ridiculous because people have forgotten where the left turn signal is. For those of you who have forgotten, it's over near the steering wheel to the left somewhere. It's been there ever since I started driving, and I'm almost 64. So I know it's still there. And those of you who don't know how to use a signal to let me know you're coming over, do a little training and find where that is, and please use it. So this is what I'm talking about, but you don't, or someone cut you off, you don't want to flip them the bird or say something angry to them because they could have a gun and be crazy people. So they obviously are more important than you are, and they need to get to where they are more than you do. So just go, hey, back off. Let the kings go by, and you're going to feel a lot better for it yourself, and keep yourself from putting yourself in a situation, because I can't get over the road rage that I'm seeing over silly stuff. So try not to let yourself get out of control over that. I know it's hard because I sit there and go, this is ridiculous. Okay. I just am like, oh my God, why would you get so angry over someone cutting you off? Why would you take it to that level? That's just, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Just pull back, and also give yourself some extra space when you're on a street, when you're in a freeway or you're on the street, because people aren't, a lot of people have forgotten how to drive. Seriously, don't rush through a yellow light. Slow down, and stop. Don't zip through that yellow light. It's so dangerous because people they just aren't thinking, and you could be in a horrible accident. And I want you all here on earth. I'm greedy. I want you all with me. I really do. So that's exactly it. The mass craziness, the road craziness, there's just craziness. So you got to be really careful. You really do. Have a calming mind. Do a lot of meditating or breathing, or get out in the world and realize that there's people out there that are just nuts. And also, don't look at your phone, guys, while you're walking, because people are running up and accosting people. You've seen it. Know your environment around you. And if you don't want, if you see somebody that looks like they're following you or something, or it makes you a little nervous, find a crowd or find someone, and then turn and look at that person following you and say, excuse me, do you have the time? Really loud. They'll all look, and that person will disappear, because now they can identify them, rather than say, hey, what's the matter with you, or anything that could be, inciting a problem. You just ask them the time really loud. They usually go away. I learned that from a friend who used to work for the FBI. So, and the CIA, they give you kind of little tips like that. And one of them is, the first thing you do is put that phone in your pocket. Do not look at it while walking around in public. You get too involved in that and can be a target. Mm-hmm. Before you open an apartment door or anything in your house, your room, so you want to make sure people aren't following you. Okay. You be safe if you're walking, and best is walk with your friends, be safe, because we want you safe and we want you with me. But anyway, yeah. TikTok link you put on Facebook was not correct. Not sure if you've seen my comment on that post. Okay, which one, Angie? The last one? That might be my problem too. again, you see what I'm saying? It's well, no. I did see it, because it said Terry with some letter from things behind it, and that was not right. The one that is correct is, let me look and tell you. You probably found it all right, but I'm going to tell you right now because I love you. I'm going to pull up TikTok and tell you what because I haven't, I'm so new. I don't even know what my call is. So let's see. I am Terry Hardin 5382. But in July, I'm going to change it to, let me just hide you a minute, Angie. I'm going to change it to this. Okay. So then it'll be Terry Hardin Legend, and I'll let you all know. But they gave me a suggestion on TikTok, and I just did it. And so, see, when you don't know what you're doing, you can be dangerous, but at least I got started. And then I have people like you to help me. So yes, Angie, I did see your message, and I couldn't change it on the video. So that's why it's not correct. It's not right. I guess everybody makes a mistake, right? Do a stitch or a duet with White YY18 to get noticed more on TikTok. He seems to have blown up on TikTok in the past few weeks. Who is this Whitey18? Joseph, tell me more. And what is a stitch? I thought you were asking me to do a sculpture, and I was about to tell you that I already have. So please tell me, educate me. I am all ears, excited to hear what a stitch is and a duet, and that would be really fun. But what, I think it's Whitey, right? Whitey 18. And how can I help them? I don't want to just do that with them without, supporting them in some way. I want to give back. I don't want to just take. Hi, Tim Gillette. I got on TikTok and I was in the right form. Tim knows what that means. And I won't be Wednesday on the Zoom call. I was really trying to get the last Zoom call, but I ran into some problems with my air conditioning guys, so I didn't get to do it. I have to keep an eye on them, But Tim Gillette, I got on TikTok, and I also did my first, what's it on Instagram when you do IGTV? I did my first IGTV. So that's what I really wanted to share with you, because I wanted to inspire others. I just jump in. I just jump in. Okay. I'm not someone who puts a toe in the water and gradually gets in the cold water. I just jump in. So this is what I do with this. And and as you can see, as Angie has said, there was the wrong this on there. And then there was music on there that didn't work on Instagram. So Instagram told me they weren't going to show it. And you just kind of go, okay, what did I do wrong? And that's why I'm asking all you guys, how can I make it better? And please go over there and follow me, because I could use all y'all's help. Good to see you, Tim. Good to see you. Have a wonderful birthday week. Thank you, Debbie Smith. Now, why I was telling Tim Gillette all of this is because Tim helped me to do what I'm doing here with the various camera angles like this. This isn't the most attractive angle today, but usually it's much cleaner. But all of this came because Tim lit a fire in me and got me to do better broadcasts, and told me, like many people tell you, consistency is the most important. So I'm really not about large numbers of followers. I'm about wonderful, dedicated people who I who really connect with, followers, better known as choice, the creme de la creme of followers. That's what I want. I want people who care about me as I care about you and follow. So if I only have a few, it'd be great to have 1,000 really good vested followers, people who like what I say, love talking with me, stuff like that. I just don't want followers for followers' sake, which is why I asked Joseph about this person, because I don't want to just connect with him because what he can give me. I want to know what can I do for him or her. So thank you, Joseph, for telling me more about that person. I'd love to know more about them, and maybe we can help each other, which is what I like. That's what I like to do, is if I can help you and you can help me and we help each other. That's what Tim Gillette is all about right here, is helping you do it. And it's worth it. He has Simple, easy marketing. That's what he calls it. And you've heard me say before that you can be the most talented pencil in the box, but if you don't know marketing, the rest of those untalented pencils are going to do way better than you because they know how to market. Okay. So you might go check out Simple Easy Marketing, and he does events every, what is it, Tim? Month, I think. Yeah. Once a month, I think. It might be twice a month, but I know it's at least once a month. And for $20, you get access to all of it. So you join him for $20 and you get unlimited access to his presentations as of now. Okay, so you might want to go and listen. I talk on there sometimes, but he's got all kinds of people that will help you learn about podcasting, about blogging, about, well, this venue, and all kinds of things like that. You want to write a book, he'll help you with that. He just helps you with everything you want to know. And me, it was getting on social media and optimizing it. And that's how I learned about this venue, StreamYard, was from Tim Gillette. And he actually demonstrated it for me and showed me how to do it. And it has been a godsend, but I found out about it from Tim. And it's been wonderful because I can change my cameras. You see how I can change my cameras around as I've been doing. I can show you something on this camera. So it just all goes around like that by the push of a button. It's really cool. And that's because I had people like you helping me do it. So there you go. Hello, Angie. I didn't know Flintstones was Universal. I love those movies. Yes. And it's really cute. If you have them in a DVD, Angie, look at how the Universal logo opens. This is how I know it's Universal. Well, I mean, I worked it and I was on the set. I was on Universal lot doing this for Universal. But also I know about it because of the way it opens, and you'll just love it. You will love it. So pull out that DVD and take a look at how Universal is introduced in the movies. A lot like Disney. Disney does it sometimes on the opening of their movies, and DreamWorks does it a lot with the boy fishing. They play with that logo, and I've always thought that was really special and wonderful. So take a look. You'll enjoy it. I did both films. As you saw, I played Dino's tongue, and I was Dino's paws as well. Great story about that for a later time, but yeah, really neat. TikTok is really fun once you get the algorithm showing you more within your interest. That's exactly what happened, Holly. That is exactly what happened. I all of a sudden, it started to be people who want to teach you something, which is what I love. And anything from cooking to art to this is how I found out about my change, my jars of coins, is that I should look through them before I cash them in, because there could be real gold in there, not gold as in, but gold as in something that you have that could be worth something. And there is a fella on there, The Coin Shop, on TikTok, The Coin Shop, no dots, no nothing. He's got over 2 million followers. And he talks to you about certain things to look for in a penny, in a nickel, in a dime, current things. And then there's another guy too that I shared with, but you can go to YouTube and Google, and there's a couple of people there that are really savvy, and they talk to you about your current currency, whoo, being valuable. So you need to check them out. The Coin Shop guy has a shop, so he will want to sell you things too. Whereas there's another guy, there's other people who are there for information. They have ways you can be a part of them. But, as even the Coin Shop guy says, look at several and see which one fits you. So I'm not doing him a disservice. But on TikTok, he's the one who really captivated me, along with the young lady who talks about cleaning and how she shares these, and she wants to get to 1 million followers. And it just really neat to see. And then there was a young lady, and I may have mentioned this on Monday, there was a young lady who does a pep talk to her pit bull dog, who's about 3 years old or something like that, 2 or 3, just adorable. I mean, I don't even know if he's 3, but he's just adorable. And she's telling him he's going to go out and he's going to be judged, and people are going to say he's a killer, and then his jaws lock and everything. And he's just looking up at the camera, just as sweet as can be. And she says, but don't you take that to heart. You are beautiful, and we are going to go out and show them what a great dog you are. It's a great TikTok video, and I was very impressed. But like you say, Holly, these are the kind of things that come across, and I love those. Positive self-esteem. How can I help you? Navigating my iPhone hacks. Love those. Oh, Lord. You know, this is why I have an iPhone. I can raise it up. Y'all seen Close Encounters? You can raise it up in Close Encounters, go, anybody know how to use this? And everybody goes, oh, you know. So that's why I have that phone, because everybody can help me if I have a challenge with that phone. And I'm having challenges. You know, there are challenges that I run into. So when someone teaches me something new, I love them to death. I love them. Yes. Yes, indeed. So that is very, very good. Holly, you're absolutely right. The algorithm. I have to be careful, though, because it's addictive. You can learn so much in 1 minute blurbs that I want to be a part of that. I just love the way they teach. So I want to learn how to do that. It'll help me keep things like this a little shorter. Right. Yeah. Did you get to talk to John Goodman? He seems like he would be very sweet. Not only, Angie, did I get to talk to John Goodman, but he's been a friend of mine for years. Just amazing fella. Just an amazing fella. I brought my husband to the set of Flintstones and introduced him. And then my husband came back, and John remembered his name, and my husband continues and stopped to chat with him. He's very shy. I embarrassed myself once by sneaking up behind him and saying, "What are you doing?" And it scared him so bad he didn't talk to me for weeks. So you can't assume that a person's TV personality is the same as who they are, because it really did scare him. And later on we came together, and I apologized. And he said, I'm a very shy person. I have to work up in public of I don't know if he's like that now, but back in the day of the Flintstones, he was. And we got to meet his lovely wife, who watched him do Barton Fink. Have you ever seen that movie? He's so scary in that movie, and he's really good. But there's a scene where he walks through fire, and his wife said she couldn't watch it. It scared her half to death. So it's been neat to meet them and talk to them. He is a real dear man, and I hope if I see him again, he would remember me. It's hard to say, but during that time, he remembered me a lot, and he always made sure he said hello. And because we were very close, okay? You saw how I'm on his back. Well, when he's at the desk, I'm practically wrapped around his leg. And then when I do the pause, I'm on top of him. Yeah, you got to be friends when you're that intimate. As Dino's pause, Dino is a puppet, but he comes in many parts, okay? When you watch the movie. And he says, "Honey, I'm home." And Dino puts his paws up and pushes him down. That's me. The paws hit John Goodman and push him on the ground, and then the tongue licks him. That's me also. So when I fell on top of him with the paws, they yelled cut, and he said, "Terry, I didn't know you cared." So what are you going to do? You just roll with the punches. There's so many different things I could tell you about that film. Also became very close with Halle Berry, because Halle Berry has a sister that looks like me, and I have a sister that looks like her. So we talked about being in a situation where that's the dynamic of your family. And she's a lovely girl. So yes, I did. Thank you. Do you have Whoopi's phone number? Love her. Just wondering. Nah, I don't. But I just write to her agent if I want to reach out. Or I'll go to an event where she is and raise my hand and then meet her. I did that with Halle Berry, because the last card I had years ago from Halle Berry was "Don't forget me." And I wrote to her, and things started coming back, because celebrities, they're everywhere. They move around and stuff. Sometimes things get to them, sometimes they don't. And so I went to see her at an actor's event, and I stood up and said, "I'm TERRI HARDIN. Do you remember we sat on the Flintstones and talked about our sisters?" And she went, "Oh my God!" And she came over and she gave me a hug. And I said, "I didn't mean to make it all about me, but I hadn't been able to reach you. And I wanted you to know I always think about you, and I'll always love you because she's my friend." So Whoopi Goldberg, same thing, always everywhere, every place. But if I were to track her down, I know she would remember me, because I did 3 films with her. But no, I can't just call her up. I know that she knows I would respect that if I had her phone number, but that also I would imagine is constantly changing, just for your own privacy and safety. But a great question. Love my shirt. Oh, thank you. I do too. I was trying to get someone to take this shirt, okay, because it's a little big on me, but I kept it, and I'm really glad I did, because it's a festive shirt. It goes over other shirts. It's a little cooler for me today, so I have a warmer shirt on, and it's a Club 33 shirt. Do you see my sleeve and the 33 right here? Eeny, 33, 33, 33. Yeah. So I really like it. I'm really happy to have it. And thank you for saying that, Wendy. I've been trying to clean my garage for 10 years. Wendy, this is exactly it. Sometimes you want people to help you, but you don't know exactly how to put them to use, because in the garage, you don't know what's in there, or you don't know where am I going to put it. My husband was trying to help me, and I was just like, just get it out. Let's just get it out of the garage, and then we'll look at the garage. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is in a time when it's a little bit cooler, maybe November. You always have to be a little concerned about rain, though, because sometimes a garage, and Wendy can attest to this, takes longer to clean out. So I could pay a bunch of guys to pull it all out really fast and leave, and then I could figure it out. I might do that in the summertime. I just have to have a block of time where I'm home, and this could be the year. So, Wendy, I'm with you on that. Don't really want it to take 10 years, but it's taken some time, indeed. When you're done cleaning your garage, feel free to visit and clean out my house. See, Joseph can delegate. I have trouble delegating. You see? Oh, you are adorable. You are a kick. That's UK, a lot of rain. And there you go, bragging again. I love the rain. The pop-up just blew me away yesterday. To go, what the heck is that? Walk out and it's raining just made me so happy, because I love the rain. We don't get it enough here in California. We really need rain. If they can figure out how to get rain from places like Texas or back east, where y'all are getting drowned, and we can trade it for our sunshine, we'll be on to something. So those of you scientists out there, get to work on that, will you? I know there's a way we can do it. We just got to figure it out. Really, it's just, you're flooding in certain places, and we could take that water and, irrigate in California, and then we'll send you some nice sunshine or something. We'll take care of you. We really could use it, so we don't have drought places. I know there's a way to do it. And you scientists, you scientific people out there are so creative. Some of the things that you've come up with are so amazing. I know you can do this. Can't wait to see you. I know. Aren't you just like, I know I am. Yeah, I am indeed. I am indeed. How did you meet Bella? If you watched that first video you talked about, my first TikTok video, Angie, where my name is incorrect underneath, but I just gave you the correct way to find me, and soon it will be the same as my Instagram, hopefully. Yum, yum, yum. That's so good. That is just so delicious. That is so good. You'll see me hugging a little girl, and I look kind of American in Paris. I have a pink skirt on and a vest and a hat. This is the way, whenever I tour Paris, I dress like this. It's very comfortable and convenient. It looks very stylish. And it's really a good idea when in Paris to be fashionable. Paris is full of fashionable people, and it's nice to be fashionable in Paris. So I always have a lovely skirt, a lovely vest, and a hat. And I met Bella, who is also fashionable. But take a look at that. You'll see me hugging a cute little girl. I think you're dressed as Snow White, aren't you, Bella? And it's really cute. That's where I first met her. Was in Paris. We met in Paris. And I took her to meet the dragon. She I think you knew about the dragon already, Bella, but I took her to fishing and told her all about it. Yep, my dragon. And Land's End. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So fun. So fun. Auntie Charlotte does a lot of TikTok. Grandma put one of her stories of Auntie Charlotte. It's funny. Exactly. You guys, I just need tips from you. That's all. We have your cake ready so I can sing happy birthday again to you. Yes, you did do that. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Yeah, you guys, I love that you and Bella and family have figured out a way to have cake. You know, you just go to people and you celebrate their birthdays virtually, and you get cake, and it is so sweet of you. I remember when you did that, it just made me so happy. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much. Doesn't mean that I won't be taking a peek. I'm just not going to be broadcasting. What is my favorite food? Fish. I have a friend who loves The Little Mermaid, and she says fish are friends, and I say fish are food. Friends, food, friends, food. In fact, when I go to see her, I can't eat fish because it really makes her sad. It's very hard for me not to eat fish because fish is my favorite thing. Yesterday, I made a fish stew for my husband. It had clams, shrimp, and a little bit of sausage. For my husband, he likes a little bit of, spice. Corn and what else was in there? Corn, and there was something else in there. But the main thing is there was a lot of fish, a lot of fish. And the day before we had salmon. And the day before that, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, he's very tolerant because I'm cooking. So I try not to overfish him out, but I really love fish. If I can have fish every day, I would have fish every day. I love it. I have trouble swimming in the ocean and not eating them because I love them. I'll even fish for them because I feel like, a vegetarian will say, if you're not willing to kill it, why would you eat it? Yeah, well, there you go. Me and fish. Favorite food. My favorite fish is Japanese mackerel because it tastes fishy. Yeah, many of you are going, ooh, the only way I like fish is when it's not fishy. That's kind of like eating a vegetable burger that doesn't taste like vegetables. So personally, I like fish for fish. I love it. The fishier, the better. And I think I showed you that picture from China where I'm biting a fish. Yeah, I should repost that because it freaks people out. But I was in China with my client, and they had these fish, and I just went. My client was even weirded out, and he's not so easily weirded out. But yeah, I just love fish. I will try. Oh, crazy for fish. Yeah, just love it. Just love it. But mackerel, I was at a Henson party, Jim Henson party for people who work with Henson. They had a lovely Christmas party, and they decided to share sushi. Which incidentally, sushi means with rice, okay? So it doesn't mean if you have sushi, everything is raw. Raw is sashimi, which is my favorite, by the way. My mouth is watering with this question, Angie. But it means with rice. So if you want to go have sushi, but you want something cooked, if you like shrimp, for example, you can order shrimp sushi because it needs to be blanched, meaning cooked to a certain point before it goes on the rice. It cannot be served to you raw. So you'll be safe eating that. If you do that, you'll feel like a rock star and you're eating something that's cooked, okay? If you really want to feel like a rock star, listen up, have eel. Eel is cooked, put in a delicious sweet sauce, like a teriyaki sauce, and placed on the rice. It tastes delicious. I know you're saying eel, but trust me, go through that door of opportunity and try it. You're going to love it. It tastes like candy. And when you find out it does taste like candy, you can wow your friends, especially if you don't like fish. You can wow your friends by having that, and they'll go, oh, rock star. Serious. I'm serious. Yeah. This is what I used to do with my friends who wanted to try sushi is I'd ease them in with the cooked stuff and then say, do you want to try something raw? And we would go into vegetables and then we'd go from there. Okay. If you don't like the nori, which is the seaweed, ask for the rice on the outside, and you can have a California roll, which is crab inside. Okay. And avocado and sometimes carrots and stuff like that. And you have it with rice on the outside. The nori is there, but it's a lot easier to tolerate if you're not a nori person. I eat the nori by itself. So again, I'm a fish person. I really am. So there's some ideas if you need omega-3s or stuff like that. You want to try it. It's really great. But that way you can go out to a sushi restaurant with your friends, get something like a miso soup or a teriyaki dish, but you can try the sushi. So they're not saying, why did you try it? Why did you try it? Try it with the shrimp. Okay. And if you're someone who does like raw fish, sashimi, that you get more fish. The rice fills you up, right? So there you go. A few fish tips from the fish queen. And my husband, when we have occasional red meat, which is very occasional, because it's not good for us as we get older. But he is the grill king, and I am the fish queen because I really know how to make the salmon skin crispy and the meat tender, and it's just. And then don't get me started on oysters, because I sure do love oysters. I just found out there's an oyster festival in October, and I'm going to try and make sure I can go, because yum, yum, yum. Fish are not safe. But my friend who doesn't eat fish, and it really hurts her feelings if I do, I will eat something else in honor of her. Usually chicken or something. Yeah, something vegetarian sometimes too. Yeah, portobello mushroom. Yeah. We want to take you on the steam trains here in Devon and Cornwall, especially if I bring Lindsay, right? They're good. We go for cream tea on the trains. Nice. Mummy and Grandma love it. And so would Terry. Cream tea, I'm in. Well, you know how much, Bella, I hate tea. Oh, my Lord, I just hate tea. Oh, tea. Every time I turn around. That's why, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso yet, they're about to drop the second series in July, season 2, and I can't wait. He cannot drink tea. He calls it dirty dishwater. He's very cute. He's a coffee guy, but he cracks me up. He's really funny, but he cannot drink tea. He also cannot drink water mit Gas, as they say in German. Sparkling water. He can't do it. He just can't. It's something he doesn't do, and it always cracks me up whenever, because I love sparkling water. I can't drink it a lot because it does take your bone. It's not good for your bones necessarily. And but I drink a lot of tea. I'm just like the Brits with that. Tea and shortbread. Woo-hoo! One of the best desserts. But cream tea, I love it. I love it with cream in it, you know. And would you say, Team Jenna and Bella, you put the milk in first? Yeah, put the milk in first. Yeah. Yeah, that's a British thing, but you put the milk in after they go, American. Isn't that fun? It's funny. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Thank you, Tracy. That's so sweet of you. So very sweet. Thank you. I wish you all a happy birthday. You know, make it your unbirthday. Make the 21st your unbirthday. Perfect time to be an unbirthday. I love it for my birthday, though. Mask still mandatory, says Bonnie, if we're away from our desks. HR monitoring California updates closely to give us an update soon. No masks for the vaccinated. I think if they find you aren't vaccinated, it could be termination. Ooh, there's a reason to get vaccinated. Not to mention that in California, Gavin Newsom is making it like the lottery, man. You get vaccinated, you could win $1 million. It's like, what? I think that's a little nuts, but hey, whatever gets people vaccinated. But he really is, you know, now he's talking about Disneyland tickets and ball game tickets and all these things you get. Your name is in a hopper. He wants this whole state of California vaccinated, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it done. So can I judge him on that? Not really. I think it's pretty smart, actually. You never know what's going to hit that button in someone and have them get vaccinated. And if we're all vaccinated in California, I'm hoping it'll radiate to every state that's having a challenge. You know, more and more states seem to be doing better, but there's 49 other states in California, and some of them just don't want to get vaccinated, and it's really sad. So I hope it's infectious. Andromeda strain, so that everybody gets vaccinated. It's really, really a good point, Bonnie, and good for your company, actually. Not only have they forgot to use turn signals, but brakes too. No one stops and stop signs anymore. You are so right. I saw a guy the other day. coming from a cross street, not stopping, just going. And well, yesterday someone just ran through the stoplight. So that's why you count the 3 before you pull into any intersection, because Angie is right. They are crazy. They are crazy. Cell phones, it's dangerous. Yeah. Just before, when you get in your car, take a moment to remember you're in a 2,000-pound vehicle or more, and tell yourself, I'm going to be awake and aware. I'm going to pretend it's a war out there. I'm going to look extra careful. I'm going to turn behind me before I shift. I'm going to use my turn signals. I'm going to, when I stop, I'm going to stop a little bit back. In fact, my friend Robert Anderson says he makes sure he can see the tires of the vehicle in front of him. This is because if someone behind you is not paying attention, you actually could keep yourself and them from having a collision. If you're too close and have nowhere to go, there's not a lot of options. So she's absolutely right. And just, make sure you're not distracted. All right. Don't let yourself get distracted, because it's so dangerous nowadays with the way people are driving. It's just nuts. So she's absolutely right. Bob Berdeen, good morning. Hope you're doing well. And of course, Miss Bella. I love when you say hello to each other. If they find you're not vaccinated and not wearing a mask, says Bonnie, then termination may happen. They're really doing a trust system, but I'm sure if a fellow employee feels uncomfortable, they will know. Yeah, I agree. There's a thing about your privacy here that a lot of the states are worried about. And I say, this is something they're going to ask you if you've been vaccinated and show proof of it. Okay. There's a thing called a passport that when you go to another country, you have to have it. You cannot go to another country without having a passport. There is no, maybe you get to have a passport. No, you have to have a passport. This is the way I feel about the vaccine card. Okay. If we're going to get this thing to where it's, nipped as much as we can, we need to have y'all vaccinated. And that is your decision. But then if they say you want to go on this cruise, you better be vaccinated. You want to go on this plane, you better be vaccinated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because that fever thing doesn't really mean you don't have it. Okay. I've had plenty of people have COVID and never had a fever. All right. So I'm always saying this really is dumb. Not enough. Training dogs to smell it, I think that's pretty good. But that's going to take time, right? So people who are squawking about it, don't squawk about it. It's to help you be safe. And I want people to be safe. That's my bottom line. And a passport you have to have. They will not let you in the country without seeing your passport. So just add the vaccine to the card to that and suck it up. That's what I'm saying. Just add it. California is going to have it on your phone, as New York has already done, but people are kind of at their own to ask for it. And I think you need to get a little stronger. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So there you go. Morning, Deanna. Good to see you. Joseph says, a stitch is when you see a side-by-side picture of someone's original TikTok post and your reaction to it. That's okay. Thank you, Joseph. Look, you're not confusing me. I'm confused because it's TikTok. So it's not your fault, Joseph, but thank you for saying sorry. But a stitch, that's where I saw that avocado thing, was a guy reacting to that avocado thing. In fact, a lot of people stitched to that one now that I know the terminology. Thank you, Joseph. So that's kind of cool. So how does that work, Joseph? If I see a video that impresses me, I stitch to it. Do I need their permission to do that, or I just do it? Because that would be nice to tell them how much I'm impressed with their video. I guess I could still do that anyway. Thank you. That's what a stitch. And then what is that other one you talked about? A duet. And tell me about the person you told me I should duet with. Who are they and why? Thank you. See, I'm just going to grill you today. We are good. Grandma says hello. Hello. Are you going to watch LUCA? You bet. I'm going to do it this weekend, I hope. We'll see. Tomorrow I'm going to breakfast with some friends from San Francisco. Whoa. Will that be a whoa? How long has it been since I've done that? Actually, last weekend I got together with my friends, Nate And we did, and it was wonderful. Gosh, it was so great to see people and chat with people. It was so fun. So anyway, I'm doing that on Saturday, and then Sunday we head out for my little adventure. So exciting. I'm not even ready. I just want to get in the car and go. Oh yeah, I need a toothbrush. Oh yeah, a change of clothes. Oh yeah, maybe I want a bathing suit. But I'm not even thinking about that. All I want is me and quiet and my husband and maybe some what? Some Bacardi when Dr. Pepper, maybe some white wine, maybe some red wine. My mother-in-law gave me a beautiful bottle. I think I'll take it with me. You know what I'm saying. Chill time. Looking for chill time. Reminds me, I got to call my cousin. And put the time in. My dog Rocket is not going with us. She's going to spend time with her trainer. She loves this lady, and she hasn't been able to do it. So you should see this dog when she sees my trainer, Nikki, her trainer. She just goes nutso. She'll be so excited to spend some time with her. And I felt I could take her with me, but I think she'd like to have a small vacation too. I think it's good to let your dogs. She loves this woman, and so she's going to have time with her. 21-year-old Canadian guy who just caught on due to his lip syncing 80s songs, especially singing Mandy from Barry Manilow. He has thousands of women and even men going crazy about him. The lip syncing too. I wonder, maybe I'll reach out and ask him about the lip syncing, because I think the lip syncing is fun in some cases, obviously, with this person, Joseph. And he probably just stays inclusive to TikTok, right? Because you don't want to violate Barry Manilow's intellectual rights by lip syncing to his song, right? See, this is the stuff I'm not understanding. I know on TikTok, Barry is probably paid quite well for being able to have his song on TikTok and lip sync to it. But that's what I'm talking about. That you nailed it right there. That's my question right there, is when you're lip syncing to something, do you violate intellectual rights on other channels, or do you just stay exclusively to TikTok? That sounds like something that's very cool. Not that I'm going to lip sync, no, but I have a few puppet characters that would be interested in it. So anyway, that's neat. That's very neat. But the question is, when you duet or you stitch, do you get permission from them first, or you just grab their video as if you're sharing it and share it in that way? I mean, what's the benefit for them? You need to find a gimmick that will appeal to people and hope it takes off and goes viral. Only if I want a gimmick. You see, that's where I'm different, Joseph. I don't want a gimmick. I want to just be me and help people. If that's 4 or 4,000 followers, I'm going to be a very happy camper. It's not my thing. It's not my thing to get followers for followers. Those of you who have followers for followers and have millions and millions, and I know it gives you pay, and I know it gives you notoriety, and I know it gives you certain perks. It's just I can't. It's a big responsibility to have that many followers, and you start to then perform in front of them like a circus dog, and that's not what I'm about. Okay, I don't want to look for things that will make people do silly or be aggressive or do, it's not my thing. I just want to sit and chat with those who need to hear from me or want to talk to me, who want to have a conversation. I like to have a conversation with you. It's like finding new friends across the globe, and that's why I'm in social media. Plus, when I'm offering you something to purchase from me because you've asked for it to collect it, I want to make sure I can get it to you. And social media is the fastest, efficient, one of the most efficient ways to do that, So no, you won't be finding me lip syncing, and you won't be me doing a silly dance or something. I'll do a couple of crazy things just because I'm a nut, but it's mostly to entertain myself. And but if you're doing something and you want me to see it, by all means, I'll check it out. I mean, I remember seeing Liz Reed dancing around in an Olaf costume. I thought just was hilarious. I'd never do it, but I thought she was funny and cute and adorable. So yeah, I don't really want to find a gimmick. I just want to learn how to navigate it so I'm not offending I don't like people stealing my art. And so I don't want to steal theirs. And I inadvertently did that on Instagram, and they protected me by shutting me down in areas where I would be stealing. And I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm asking the question. Maybe it's better to stay on TikTok, where TikTok has the authority, and these artists who have written these or sung these songs and have made money from these songs, it's their intellectual property, are protected. I'm really adamant about that. I don't even take, when somebody has created a program and they're going to loan it to me to use, I don't do it that way. I actually spend the money and pay for the license, because that's their design, their stuff. So that's my position on it. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because some people, that's all they need is a gimmick. I've watched, they've done a gimmick and it's great. The Kardashians, look what it did for them. They not only had a gimmick, but it's made them millions, gazillions, trillions, gazillions, bazillion dollars. I've never seen them, never watched the show, not my thing, but I'm not about to say they're nuts. Well, they are nuts. But what I'm saying is they have created a niche for themselves. All right. And there are people, hundreds of millions, of gazillions, of trillions of people who love watching them. Okay. They found what you have said. They have found it. And they did it for 20 years. So who am I to tell them that I think what they did was nutsy? Doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. For people, for them, it's perfect. And for this person who lip syncs, it's not a gimmick. It's something he likes to do. And he found a niche where people love to hear him do it. So he does it over and over and over again. And that's the key. Find something you love that resonates with people and do it over and over and over again. That's really what would be my suggestion on any social media platform. Mine is my life, and it's very eclectic. So will I ever have millions of viewers? I don't know. I really don't know. Is it that important? I don't know if I could breathe if I had millions of viewers, honestly. I really like having thousands. Thousands is nice. Yeah, it's really nice. Y'all hang with me. Y'all understand how goofy and quirky I am. You understand that I talk for very long amounts of time. Yeah, you all get me. So that's what I like. I like people who are curious, need help, need a pep talk, need to know how wonderful, need to know you can do it, that kind of stuff, right? I can't believe you pushed John Goodman around. No, I didn't push him. Well, I didn't push him around. I mean, I jumped on him, but that was in the script. As Dino paused, you got to push Fred Flintstone down. So I was the lucky winner of that job. Being a puppeteer is definitely entertaining. I will say that. And if you're someone who doesn't like public speaking, being in front of the camera, that's when you take a puppet. This is what I've done for several people, is made them a puppet, and then the puppet does the talking and they don't look at them. Just saying. So yeah, John Goodman is a good sport. Disney park fun fact. Don't know if it's true. All the Disney castles face north-south. I'm guessing for the lighting from the sun on the pictures. Gotta love crazy fun facts. David, you are a little bit right. But I'm glad you brought this up. All the Disney castles face north-south, except which one? Hong Kong. Hong Kong faces the east-west direction. You want to know why? Do you know why? Huh? Do you know? I will tell you. It is because of feng shui. Not the bourgeois shishi feng shui that everybody does, but the thousands and thousands of century-old feng shui that only people of Hong Kong and China know how to dig into. There are many around here that have dug into that as well. Not to say you don't know how to do it, but this is the deep, deep, deep feng shui. So when you go to Hong Kong, you will notice they're the only park whose castle faces east-west. Really good statement, by the way, David. And also lots of water elements, because in feng shui, it's about calming. It's about making your life move at a harmony in your life. Feng shui and harmony, okay? And you will find, if you go to the Hong Kong park, there's a lot of areas. And that was really impressive to me, that there were areas where I actually felt like I was you know, it was really a lot of really lovely, peaceful moments. And I have really experienced that only in the Hong Kong park. It is amazing. So if you get to go to Hong Kong when it opens up and it's safe after 2022, my recommendation. You'll love this little park. This is a beautiful little park. People told me it was too small and I could see it in a day. I only saw half in my day because I learn, I listen, I ask, I discuss. And I have a friend there who walked me through and told me all kinds of wonderful stories. And it was just a joy to be at that. I love that. I love that park. You will find when you go through the front gate of the Hong Kong park, you may feel like you missed your plane if you are a aficionado of Disneyland in Anaheim, California, because Hong Kong loved Anaheim, California, and they wanted their park to kind of reflect Main Street. So when you get on Main Street, there are differences, but when you first step on, you feel a little deja vu and go, did I miss my plane? Am I at Disneyland? And it's really interesting and quite fun. So it's definitely a park to visit. It's not, don't keep it off. If you have a bucket list to visit them all, do yourself a favor. Each one is a little gem of its own. Tokyo is amazing, super clean, super amazing, and super detailed. I went crazy for Tokyo, and Tokyo has a sister park called Disney Seas, which they call a Imagineer's wet dream. Forgive me, but that's what they call it. So you need to see Disney Seas as well. It is beautiful. It is exciting. It is a stunning park. Paris, of course, has My Dragon, has the best Big Thunder Mountain where you go underneath and come up on an island. You go underneath the water and come up on an island. Only park that does that. Also, you can have a second floor visit. That's hit and miss, but there is a second floor visit to the castle when it's open and available. So, and it's Paris. So Paris has a lot of yummy food. Hong Kong does too. Hong Kong has a couple of indoor sit-down restaurants that are beautiful and really fun. Shanghai is kind of like the sports arena, in my opinion. It's huge because there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and millions, gazillions again of people in China. So this park had to be able to house 1 million people. That's right, folks. 1 million capacity. And personally, luckily, it's not usually that happening every day, but they have to have that capacity. So there is no Main Street. It's more like you walk into an arena type situation. And the castle is really big, not my favorite castle. And also there is only one sit down place, at least when I was there back in 2016, 2017. I think I was there 2017. Yeah, 2017, maybe it was 2018. But only one place to sit down and have a meal. The rest of them are the tray bits. Even their version of the Blue Bayou. You go walk up, get your food, sit down and have a tray. Yeah, it turns out that the Chinese in Shanghai like this better. The people, the guests of, not just Chinese, but the guests in Shanghai like this bit better than the sitting down bit. And there is one inside the castle, a Cinderella restaurant. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And you can sit down and have like a real dinner. And I like the sit down stuff. I really am about the sit down stuff. The tray bit, I think is a little overrated. Yeah. But know that. They also have one of the best rides on the planet that you will not see anywhere else because it needs a lot of real estate, and that is their version of Pirates of the Caribbean. Be sure if you go to Shanghai, you check out Pirates of the Caribbean Shanghai because it is the perfect blend between computer generation and audio animatronic. And that's what I've said. If filmmakers and creators knew that you don't do all CG computer generated and maybe you don't want to do all practical, but you do them together, it makes for a sensational film. A sensational film, i.e. Iron Man, the first one, is a mixture of practical. He's actually holding some of the pieces that he does to create the Iron Man, and CG when he's flying. Okay? That is just genius the way that's married together. And Pirates of the Caribbean does the same thing as well. It is beautifully, it's a beautiful ride. It's a really fun ride. The boat looks like a cereal box that they turned on its side and ripped it open and just put people inside. So the design of the boat, not the best design, but they just, you know, it looks like they just want to get a lot of people in there and then get them moving. But then there's a lot of people in China. Also, I will give you a little tip. I probably should be doing this privately, but forgive me. If you go to Shanghai and you are a lady, and you need to use the facilities, understand that in China, they have a different type of toilet. So in China, they have those, but they also have the American toilet or the European toilet that we know all about. And a lot of times, those toilets are empty. So if you see a long line, just go up to the front and check to see if all of the stalls are full, because chances are the one you really want to use as a European will be available to you. That's what I discovered when I was there. I know it's an area we probably should not be talking about, but I want you to save you time because ladies, you know, there's always a line. So this time you might be able to, you know, cut through and they won't get angry at you. So those are some of the tips that you want to know. In the morning, Shanghai is usually very clean and beautiful, but in the evening, it can be very dirty and messy. So I wasn't appreciative of that. I didn't like seeing trash everywhere, but that's at the end of the day. And I hope Shanghai. But Hong Kong is a little jewel, a really lovely place. It's got some really great stuff. They do attractions called pop-ups, which means it pops up for about 3 months and then it disappears. Those are a lot of fun. If you get a chance to do one of those, I did a couple and they were great fun. So it really is worth it going to all the parks. You know, you want to treat yourself to that because they're all different cultures, all different wonders, all different fun stuff. And if you have any questions, I've been to every one. Yeah, that was the thing I really wanted to do, and I've really enjoyed it. I really, really love it. Yeah. Disneyland does it right. They do great stuff. Yep. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, absolutely. So David, now you know the true fun fact. Just you were there, but you just needed to include Hong Kong. Yep. It's a true story. You may want to consider using your puppetry skills doing funny and quirky things in a series of different exactly. And I'm studying those. How to help you, how to do silly, how to do fun stuff. Just demonstrating my abilities is what I'm thinking about doing on my channel. What do I do and why do I do it and how do I do it? So I'll show drawing skills, sculpting skills, painting skills, art skills, design skills, puppet skills, acting skills. You name it, I seem to do it. So, so it's a great way to share in 60 seconds, that kind of thing, which is why I did that first video where it's like a slideshow, and TikTok did that for me. They said, pick photos. I pick photos, pick this many photos, I pick that many photos, put music on it. I put music on it. And it was a little bit challenging, but I finally figured it out and then realized I probably shouldn't have used the music. I don't know. Jury's still out on that. But it was a great way to introduce me to TikTok because it showed all the stuff that I did. And then I did a second one, but I forgot to do hashtags. So I don't know if I can get back in and fix it or take it down. I may just take it down and redo it. After listening to the tips that all of you are giving me, I really appreciate that. Thank you. You and Whoopi need to do a Disney adventure, travel to all the parks together. That would be a great ABC special. Yeah, let her know, would you? Yeah, there's a lot, you know, I say the same thing. I also need to meet Clint Eastwood because I have a couple of things I'd like to chat with him over. But yeah, absolutely. There's so many things. That's a problem. That's the challenge. Let me say it that way. It's not really a problem. Challenge when you're creative, you got so many things you want to do. And there's only so much time in a day. So when somebody says they're tired of binge watching a million films, you go, give me your time, please, because my day is full. My day is full. Yeah. Yeah. It's very full. I'm writing a Star Wars book I want to have out next year. I'm illustrating cachets because I want them done by next year. I'm speaking with Rolly Crump. What? About the chess set. And we're going to get that started. I'm doing a private commission of Jessica Rabbit. I'm continuing to get the ghosts delivered out to their adoptive parents. And I'm thinking about doing the Cheshire Cat or or Figment. Okay, that's a normal day for me, plus bills, cooking food for my husband, sleeping, taking care of my dog, etc., etc., etc. It is a very busy day. I don't have a lot of time to sit. I like this because I can sit and talk to you, because Mondays and Fridays, it's broadcasts, and then I do that stuff afterwards. Plus, get ready for this, get ready for that. Make sure if I'm going to see somebody, that I see somebody. And see my mom in the convalescent hospital. Say hello to my dad. It's Father's Day, so we need to do something there. All of that over and over and over and over and over again. I don't mind it, but it is my life. So TikTok is a fun way to show you a day in my life might be fun. It's really crazy. It is a crazy, 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 crazy day. And then I think I don't have enough to do, right? So I want to take a class, and I'm taking 2 classes that are absolutely goofball nuts. I'm learning how to paint in acrylics. Woohoo! Is that interesting? And I've chosen portraits. Woohoo! Is that nuts? But I wanted to learn it, and I wanted to use these acrylics, and the best way to do it is to learn from people. Now, I've spoken with Janny. You may have seen Janny G's art. She does beautiful, and she has a style. I don't have a style yet. I'm just trying to master the paint. So note to you, if you're trying to master something, do something that you enjoy doing. I like doing portraits. I don't see that's where it's going to end up, but I thought this would help people to understand. Like, if a teacher wants to tell me it looks good, I want the teacher to be able to tell me it looks good based on some sort of data. So the portraits that I did, just give me a second here. There we go. Okay, so the portraits that the very first portrait I did was one of myself. And so this is how, well, do I have the newer one here? I want the newer one. I don't want the not so new one. Well, I'll show you the not so new one here, but I changed the background on this. The background is now darker, but here's my first pass at it, okay? This is my very first painting I've ever done in my life out of acrylics. Some people say it looks like me. Some people says it doesn't. I think it looks like me. And it also carries that intense spirit that I have. Don't I look a little intense, like I'm really eager to see what you have to say? So I'm really happy with it. The person who taught me how to do it, I learned a lot of things. The background is in green, but the actual background, if I come back, I changed it because the teacher looked at it and said, the green is nice, but your eye tends to go to the green before it goes to you. You might consider, and this is what I love about a lot of these teachers, is you might consider doing a different background. So I said, okay, and I experimented with it. Why? Because when you experiment with stuff like that, I'm trying to see which way I want to go here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just see if I can find it for you. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here's the new background. There's the new background. See, I like that. The focal point, as my teacher told me, goes right to my face. I wanted my face and my hair to be something that you looked at first. So she told me to change the background. I am so proud of this painting as my first painting. I can't even tell you. And it's flipping acrylics. I used to just throw acrylics across the room because I could not master them. And now I'm taking another class because I still want to master acrylics. So that was my first one. So now I'm with another guy. He's 20 years old and he puts me through my paces. I have all this other stuff I have to do and I still get put through my paces with this fella. He is 20 years old. He is amazing. And I appreciate his teaching. Whoops. I lost my photos. There we go. Let's go back. I really appreciate his teaching because he is a taskmaster. But here's what he had me do. He had me first, and I've never done this before. I think I want to be a little freer with my painting. But this is an old character, and it's a character I love, and it's a portrait of one I love very much. And he is a sword master, meaning he does not use the sword with precision. He makes samurai swords, and he's sought after by everyone. So he makes samurai swords. First, I had to draw this sketch on the canvas. And I'm like, why would I go to this extent? But when you're being taught by someone, you just shut up and do what they say, okay? If you want to be taught truly by them, be quiet, just do what he says. But boy, I was asking questions. I'm not going to lie. The next thing is you coat it with some sort of clear acrylic material. This is yellow ochre, and I coated it. Hindsight being 2020, I don't think I do yellow ochre again. It has been a challenge for me as I paint the next step over it. And then you paint in the darks with a 50% water, 50% paint. This is all from my teacher. This is not Terry speaking. This is my teacher speaking. And then, oh, that's another class I'm doing. I'll talk about that one in a minute. And then this is some of my first passes of it. So here's the latest of my first pass of it. Right now, it's looking a bit graphic. It's still not looking like an overall blended painting, but I'm still working on it. It is in progress. This is the next thing I've got to do with it. And here you see the person that I am duplicating there, so that I put this both up so my teacher can see it and talk about it. You can see he's a little more red, so I've got to, work on that if it matters to me, okay? Also, does it matter to you? You are starting to find yourself as an artist, so does it matter to you? Also, you may have heard me talk about the amazing Chris McCulley. He is an artist extraordinaire, writer extraordinaire, does comic books. And I was doing a piece for him, some sketching, some pencils. And I realized that my drawing was not as good as my sculpting. So I'm taking from a guy also he's got to be in his 20s or 30s. His name is Bryce. He's amazing. And he is forcing me to really analyze my sketching techniques. And here are some of the drawings that I've produced from him, teaching me shading, teaching me. Now I can draw, but you can see some are better than others. He's just taking me through my paces. I did this little drawing I had to assemble. I'm absolutely really excited about the water because I can't, and we draw straight ink. Let me tell you, there are no pencils under here. All straight ink and on paper, not digitally. So I can't cheat. And let me tell you, I would love to do these digitally and cheat, but I can't. In fact, if you look over here, here's the dots where I started to draw this shell and it wasn't working well. So and he said, don't worry about it. This is part of learning. You'll notice up here that I've done some dots around the back of that, all done straight ink. And you really breathe. You really say to yourself, you've got to plan out that drawing and do it. But as a result, my sketching skills have really improved. And I have to thank him for that because it's hard. But again, in my normal day of everything that I have quoted to you, there I am doing it over and over and over and over and over again, and also taking these classes. So I'm not, luckily with these online classes, you don't have to be there every single day. You can do it at your own pace. But I'm sure a lot of these teachers are going, where is she? But I'm also, selling you pins and talking about what other sculptures I want to do. I'm working on other sculpture projects that I'm being paid for. It's a very busy schedule is what I'm talking about. And it's just, if you have a busy schedule like me, you're just constantly moving. I mean, I can't sit still without my foot going like this. Then don't beat yourself up about it. That's what it's about, okay? Some people just have to be busy, okay, doing stuff that will help their careers move further. And then you have to give yourself permission to rest, which is why on my birthday, I'm giving myself permission to rest and celebrate my birthday. Because that is where people who do a lot of stuff lack. And that is when we rest, we could feel guilty about resting, and we mustn't. We mustn't. We need that rest to recharge our batteries so that we would continue to be who we are and what we do. And creativity is fun. And we see something and someone's doing it and we go, ooh, boy, does that look good, you know? And we got to try it, or we got to do it, or we want to do it because we love it. And honestly, that's us. And that's the blessing of it, is that's us. And I don't think I'll ever not do that. But the sketch, because I trained with the sketching, this allowed me to do this box cover for the Hitchhiking Ghosts. I'm very proud of it because my drawing can be lacking. And now that I'm taking from a teacher, it's improving, and practice improves stuff. You know, you can continue to say that. I was wondering if I had my first pencil sketch that I sent Chris, and Chris was so understanding, because my pencil sketches, when it comes to perspective on two-dimensional surfaces, so he helped me with that. And I helped him with things too. And that's, again, going back to the question, what do you like most about your job? It's collaborating and being taught by other artists, as well as being able to teach them what I know. I mean, I'm able to do certain things out of my head now, and I really love it. I really, really love it. So I did a talk at a museum, at the Disney Museum, and I did these little sketches on the outside of the envelope for everyone who helped me at the Disney Museum. So I did this one, and look, it's ink. You can see on there. It's ink. It's straight ink. I don't give myself any slack. Here is for my friend Mark. He loves 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So he has had my quick little sketch. And then one of my other friends loves ducks. So I did this little ducky for her. But that's what I'm saying. I have the confidence now. Why do I tell you this? Because you may look at me and go, this girl has all the confidence in the world. I do 99.9% of the time. I love trying something new. I love learning. But then you say to yourself, you know, you're going to be scared, like that painting of the samurai, the swordsman, the builder. I'm trying to think of, I call it swordsmith, but it sounds kind of weird. But I'm still looking to see what to title it. That means the maker of the classic samurai sword. But he said I was going to be scared. He was right. Every step I'm nervous, I'm going to screw it up. And then I say it's acrylic. If I screw it up, I can paint over it, which is what my friend Janny says. You screw it up, just relax. You can fix it, you know, and it dries fast. It's not like oils. So I'm very excited about this. I'm very excited to finish him. He needs his highlights, and then I go back with my teacher and find out the next step. So I'm really stoked about it, but I haven't had time. I'm doing my ghosts. I've got the blacklight ghosts. I've got a couple of sets that are coming. Want to make sure they're ready to be shipped out to their adoptive parents. I have several available if you're someone who wants those sets. And the illuminating ghosts, I have to check them, make sure that they're looking good, they're safe or wonderful, you know, so on and so forth. So yeah. So that's why I think the TikTok would be a great peek into my life and be somewhat entertaining, because that's me. So here we go. We got okay, so here's this. Oh, there's a couple of things here. Hold on. I see that Nate has joined us, so let me just get back to where you guys are. I don't want to miss any of your comments. Yeah. Wait. Here we go. There we go. Yes. Okay, so Deanna says, my husband would love this. It's all that he wears Hawaiian shirts. I know mine does too. If your husband, Deanna, likes the brightly colored ones, that's where you win, because my husband won't wear the brightly colored ones. He thinks they're just a bit too much. So yay for your husband. You have an awesome, contagious laugh. Love it. Thank you, Patricia. In fact, on my phone, if you were to call me, that's how I start my phone call, is laughing like that, so that you know you've got the right person. Yeah, I start with that. Hello, Nate. So here's Nate Singleton. This is who I was talking about. I'm following you on TikTok under PixieD64. Yes, anything, Deanna, you can help me with, please. Anything you learn. I appreciate that. Thank you, PixieD. I meant TikTok. I know that's what you meant. I know. I would not make it at your house allergic to fish and seafood. Angie, I wouldn't force you to eat it. And if it turns out that even the smell bothers you, like I said, my friend who loves fish as pets, she's a Little Mermaid fan, so she doesn't want me eating flounder, or Sebastian. It bothers her, so I eat something else. I love you guys. It's not to drive you crazy. I always ask you. You can actually ask Nate. Nate said he doesn't eat sushi, but he eats Japanese food. So I said, do you have an aversion to me eating sushi? He said, no. So I took them, we met at a sushi restaurant that serves other things. So I'm all about you. Don't you worry. I'm not going to make you be sick or ill or anything like that. Not my jam. Just want to wish you an early happy birthday. Thank you, Francisca. I really appreciate it. I love those. Just keep them coming. I will celebrate with you this week. I salute you virtually with cake, LOL. Or connect with Bella. Bella's doing the cake too. You guys can do a cake off. Yeah, definitely. I love it. Miss the Hanna-Barbera days growing up here with Kings Island, their home park. Dino was always my fave. Yes, indeed. And a lot of people worked with Hanna-Barbera as well as Disney, as well as, you remember Filmworks, I think it was called, and stuff like, yeah, because we were vagabonds walking around and working for all different kinds of studios. Those were the days. I don't want to say that because these days are good too. I would send you some of my range if we could. We just had severe storms here in Ohio. More later. I know. If a scientist could figure that out, we would be the happiest state in the union. Well, Arizona would be too, actually, wouldn't they, Deanna? We'd love for you to just bring a big thing over and open the shower head and rain upon us. We would love it. We'd love to share in your rain. Seriously, we would. We know you would love to share in our sunshine. So thank you for that, Tracy, because I would love it too. Nate says, I can't wait to come back, and hopefully the next couple of years I have a place to spend part of the year out there with you. Absolutely. So Nate and his husband let me know they were coming, and he and Kevin both, we managed to get a couple of dinners in because they were going to Universal Studios on a Friday. And one thing about California, I'm going to tell you about Southern California, is we are the traffic. Let me say it again. Traffic capital of the world. We are. And so I wanted Nate to know that if he and Kevin didn't want to go insane trying to get back to Anaheim from Universal Studios, he needed to wait a little bit, maybe have dinner, and then go back. So we met at the Smokehouse. And if you've ever been to the Smokehouse, you know it's super fun. And we had dinner, and then they went off and didn't have to sit in traffic for hours, because you will on a Friday night. You will. So it's best to leave later, have a little bite to eat in town, and then get to where you need to go. It won't make you insane. So it was really fun, wasn't it, Nate? It was really fun. You did like Rhea? I did too. I thought it was cute. I didn't fall in love with it, but I did watch it and thought it was cute. Anything with a dragon is cute. I especially loved the critter she rides. Okay, he really stole the show, personally. But I also love the actress who did the Last Dragon's voice. I love that actress. I think she is so wonderful in Crazy Rich Asians and other things that she does. She's just great. So I was happy to listen to her speak and also to watch that little thing. Tuk Tuk, is he called? I love that character. Oh, got to make me a Tuk Tuk. Yeah, I love him very much. Love him very, very much. Thank you so much for meeting us. We had such a wonderful time. Closed down 2 restaurants. Yeah, this was the case with us. And what's happening, and I don't know if it's happening in your neck of the woods, but a lot of people are so happy that you're sitting and dining, they don't want to tell you to leave. And yet they'd like to go home. So I had to say, you can tell us that you're closing. We won't be offended. No, they were so nice. Everybody was so kind. And yet, if you want to go home after a hard day, we get it. So please tell us. We don't want to take advantage of that. We were just so excited to see each other. We didn't notice the light was changing. Francisca says, going to El Capitan on Tuesday to see Luca. That's going to be fun. Are they going to have, are they at the point, Francisca, where they're going to have more show? Because a lot of times when you go to the El Capitan, which is a brilliantly lovely theater, besides the organ master that's there that plays the organ for you while you wait, is they sometimes have a nice show. And I hope that they're feeling comfortable enough to have an entertaining show for you to see. Let me know, will you? I'd love to know that. Happy early birthday, though. You know I will be sending a message to you on an actual special day. I know you will, and I will go in and read them. Okay? I told my husband, be ready on the 21st. I'm going to read your happy birthdays because I love you guys, and I would love to hear from you. Absolutely. I watched on the plane to California and fell in love with it. Is that Luca or Rhea? In any case, fun. Yes. It's a fun movie. It's a very uplifting movie. And like I said, I love the actress who plays the dragon. I could sit and listen to her forever. She's so fun. A duet is the same as a stitch. I think it used to be called a duet, but they call it a stitch now. I don't believe you need permission since so many seem to do it, but I guess some can block their accounts from being stitched if they want. That makes sense, Joseph. So if they're allowed to be stitched or they allow stitching, you can stitch. Otherwise, you can't. That makes sense. I'm going to try it later today, Joseph. I'm going to see if I can find someone whose video I like and stitch myself to it and see what happens. Thank you so much for that piece of advice. I really appreciate it. I'm just trying to learn. I've been watching YouTube and learning some stuff, but yeah, it's nice to hear from people that I know and care about teaching me about it. Nighty night, Bella. She's probably been in bed already, but I'm going to say it again so you should watch it later. Nighty night, Bella. Love you. And we'll, nighty night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. All that fun stuff. Kisses to you. I think I possibly have found 2 new tribe members. They would be great fits with their, yay. Well, I want people with a voice, people who want to share. I just got several people have joined that I'm just so excited I can't even breathe. And you just reminded me, one person did join, and I have to go to our Facebook page and admit them. So I will do that right after this broadcast. I don't want them to miss out on anything. So, but I'm so excited that they get to be a part of this. I'm really super, super excited. Anybody who has a voice, please come, because the tribe helps each other. And really, if you want to be an artist or you're an artist, I thought of The Ultimate Artist the other day. You guys have ever seen Hidden Figures? Hidden Figures about the 3 Black women who, in this case, they say Negro women, who were forever were responsible. Some of the benchmarks of the space program that were not mentioned until just a few years ago. It's a shame, really, but that's the way life is sometimes. And these women, true artists in what they do. They show you the one who's just amazing, and they're all amazing, but the numbers artist, that's what I'm talking about. She paints with numbers. No one's better than her. She's a maestro. This is what I'm talking about. Artists don't only paint, draw, perform, music, whatever. Sometimes they clean, like Melissa Eiler, or they, or the girl who I saw on TikTok was a true artist. She's just amazing at her cleaning. And then this woman who does these numbers, unflippin' believable. It's so impressive. And so on the tribe, we talk about your art. What are you passionate about? That is a true artist, an artist who is passionate about what they do. If you are passionate about waxing the floor with one of those big waxers, I know I would be drilling to China. I can't do it. But if you do it and it's very important to you, you want it just the way you want, and you go that extra mile, you are an artist. So from now on, stop saying you're not an artist. If this is what you do and you do very well, then you are an artist. If someone turns to you and says, boy, your kids are amazing, you know that you are an artist as a parent. When so many hand them a phone and forget about them and create little brats of the world, you know that if you're raising your children and your people are commenting you on how well your kids are and what wonderful little people they are and what wonderful adults they're growing into, Liz Reed and Holly Mack, You know you are artists in this field. So sit a little taller and realize that's what you are, and own it, baby. Own it. Everybody's saying goodnight to Bella, another artist in her own way. As I said earlier, that's why we watch you and cherish your friendship. You talk and talk and walk the walk. You talk the talk and walk the walk. And we appreciate your honesty. Yes. And it's because of you that I keep loyal to that, because a reputation is very hard to hang on to and very easy to lose. Just ask people like Mel Gibson, who's working very hard, or actually Chrissy Teigs, who was really going gangbusters on social media, and then all of a sudden she wasn't, and she's been spending a lot of time apologizing. You just have to be careful. You know, it happens to the best of you. I mean, Mel Gibson and Chrissy Teigs, these are people that are household names, aren't they? I mean, if I know who they are, they are. Well, Mel Gibson, he's a little different because I really love his directing. I think he's a brilliant man, but he slips too. His reputation is dead, and you know, I mean, seriously. Yeah. There's a few others I mentioned, but not on this channel. I'm not going to do it. Night, Nate. See, she stayed up long enough to say night to Nate. Isn't that cute? Bob Burdine says good night. We love that you talk for long amounts of time. Thank you for that, Nate. I know you do, and you know you can go and have a life and come back to it later, can't you? Which is why I do it. I don't know if that'll. I want you to teach me to make a puppet when we come to your retreat. When are you going to have them again? 2022. 2022. And I'm thinking of the summertime. In summer, maybe May. But it will depend, because May was when I was going to UK. May in the UK. Woo! But I will let you know well in advance so you can sign up. I only take 10 people. And we sit together. We go to someplace on the weekend. I'll see if the cabin is available. My friend who loaned me the cabin before, she's living there now. So she may or may not want to loan us the cabin. But if she had a good time, I have several people who have said they'd loan me their house. And we stay there for the weekend. We cook together. We eat together. We talk about our personal, we learn the whole roundabout of you as an artist. And as artists, I'm the person who's the hosting the event, of course, and driving the boat. But that doesn't mean that what you are going to get is not from the other artists as well. A lot like the tribe, only in person. So Nate, keep on me for that. But I'm thinking of doing it next year in the summer-ish. I'm thinking. If I could get my act together for April, maybe. But I want to talk to a couple artists I know and love and see if they want to join me. Yep. I really do. See if they want to come and join me. Kevin, I would love to go both to Japan and Paris with you. You going to take me? You going to buy my ticket and send me over there? I'm in. I'll go with you for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you guys are so cute. I also do those retreats as well, where you meet me over there and I take you around. I did that before the pandemic in 2019, and it was a huge hit because I take you around Paris. We do spend a day at Disneyland, and then you have the right to do more days if you want. But we spend a day at Disneyland, and then I take you to places in Paris that you may not know about that are super special. And the people who went with me in 2019 were all very, very happy. So, and you get a sculpture. You get a collectible sculpture for being a part of that too, that only you can get if you go with me on that retreat. Yep. So I do those. Okay, now I'm super curious, what kind of toilets do the Chinese ladies use? The squat ones. You can Google it, but it's a hole in the ground. Okay? It's a porcelain hole in the ground. It probably says standard, like they put the word standard inside your toilet. It says standard, and they squat over it. Yeah, this is what they do in Asian countries. They don't, Japan is starting to really realize they have been since, when was it? 2007, I think. They realized the benefits of a European toilet. And you'll see great lines to go to the European toilet, and only one or two older Japanese ladies who do the ones with the hole in the ground. It was something I had to get used to because I went to Japan when it was mostly those. And you just kind of have to figure out your clothing accordingly, ladies. Yeah. Without getting too graphic. But now they have mostly European toilets. In China, it's about 50-50. So you may come across a bathroom that has nothing but squat toilets. You may come across a one that has a European toilet, and of course you stand in line for that one. But a lot of young Japanese women have discovered pantyhose, or they did in 2007. And so a lot of them really appreciate it, as you well may know, ladies, the European toilet. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's funny about stuff like that, but it is what it is. You're going to say it straight up. You want to study. What does that tell you? You want to study the land you are going in. So I went backpacking in 1977 all over Europe. When I got to Italy, that was an Italian toilet, a hole in the ground, my very first experience with that. And I looked at it and went, what am I supposed to do here? It has little feet grips and a hole. Yeah, all beautifully porcelain, like a regular toilet, but yeah. And I was, 19, looking at it going, okay, I am really, it's one of the things. I studied everything. I didn't think to study the bathrooms. You can't assume everybody is like you. It's all different everywhere. So it was an experience I had to learn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But when I have a choice, I go the other way. So there you go, Nate. I didn't have TikTok, but maybe I should add it. It looks difficult. It looks difficult to make them. Bonnie, it's not. Go to a YouTube channel and they'll tell you. There's a guy there are people that'll tell you how to do it step by step. Dive in. You can see that I'm already screwing up. Okay, so now I'll pave the way for you. We'll screw up together. I mean, people are telling me no music, and that's because I didn't want to put music on. I couldn't get it off, so I made that decision. I uploaded it to Instagram, thinking that Instagram was under the same licensing agreement that TikTok was. They're not. And so if you use some of the music on TikTok and you upload it to Instagram, Instagram will tell you they're going to block areas where you're not licensed to use that music. So it's a lot to learn, but it's fun because it's only 15 seconds or 60 seconds long, and you can learn so much, So take a look at it. Watch some people. Oh, thank you. That was really loud. Watch some people that and see who you admire, and then kind of watch how they do a video, and they kind of show you, and you can kind of duplicate in your own way how to do it, and you learn some stuff. You're going to be really impressed, and it's all 60 seconds or less. I just love them. Now, there's something I should say different. It's about live. So live seems to go longer, because I follow the coin shop guy and he goes longer than a minute. So live must have a different criteria, and it may only be after you have so many. So I'm going to try and go live and see if it can go longer. I'm not going to go this long, but I want to see if you can go. I'm just trying to learn the world of TikTok and jump in, try it. I forgot to do hashtags on my one. That's this one. That could be why people aren't seeing it, because I forgot to do hashtags. So you see, if I'm going to mess it up, if anyone's going to mess it up, I'm going to mess it up. So go in with confidence, Bonnie. We'll learn together. No way, Jessica Rabbit. I wonder who that might be for. Yeah, his name is Nate, and I'll give you the initials, Nate Singleton. Anyway, his initials are Nate Singleton. Yeah, and I had to apologize to him because I felt bad that I didn't have something for him to look at, but the ghosts have been taking up my time, for real. A couple of weeks ago, I made a chicken breast breaded with nacho cheese Doritos. Hey! And was it good? Before I get all was it good or was it creepy? Thank you, Nate. You're so sweet. You're so, so sweet. I really like doing the slideshow because it's a great way for you to quickly see what I'm about. So I want to do more of those for TikTok. Do I think people will absolutely love them? Not every time. They seem to like my hitchhiking ghost pin glowing demonstration more. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm going to be doing it for myself. And if you want to come along, please do. This is what happens when you cross the 60-year-old sweat threshold, I think. And as you get older, you're more solid in who you are. And if you're, if it makes you happy, if your dream is to be a YouTube star and you do some things that you kind of are like performing like a circus dog, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you want and you earned it. Okay. But I've met a lot of YouTube stars who say, what have I done? How do I get out? How do I stop? And that made me think, wait a minute, it's not all roses. So I need to know the pros and the cons. And for me, I love small venues. I had people that said, why don't you have an event that host an event that's 200 people? Yeah, no, that's not happening. But I'll be a part of an event. If you have an event that's 200 people and you want to bring me in to speak, I'm more than happy to do that for you. But it will cost. Okay, I have a fee, but full disclosure. But I like to do 10 people because I can give you the best benefit and I really get to know you. You come in on a Friday or a Saturday morning, and then you leave on a Sunday night or a Monday, depending on how your schedule allows. And I include hotel, the house and the hotel, okay, or the place. It's all inclusive, like sandals. Okay, so it's a lot of fun. You know, you can reach out if you're in the tribe. You can reach out to Janny. She came. There's a couple people that came that you can talk to, and they'll tell you how fun it really was. Yeah. I'm working on my website, so you actually get to hear testimonials about them. But right now, I'm just going to tell you that I am going to do it. I'm going to do it in 2022, and I will keep you posted as to when it's going to happen. I just have to figure out when and where it's going to happen. I think I'd like to have it with my friend Gail. We had such a good time, and we put you all up at a hotel nearby that was really sweet people. And then you came in to see us and visit with us and stuff. But the cabin was cool too. So we'll get it all figured out. And then I will let you know. I got to reach out to some of my friends and see if they still want to share, you know, if they want to, or do I need to reserve a place? Yeah. I'm a little nervous about reserving a place I don't know, because this is what got me in trouble the last time. So good morning, Judy Moore. Leo, how are you? Looks great, almost photorealistic. Oh, yeah, almost. And that's me going, do I want my painting to look photorealistic, or do I want it to take on its own? You know, there's a lot of people out there that do photorealistic paintings, and they're very good at it. So is that my style? I don't know. But I'm exploring and learning, and it's fun. It's really fun. I wanted to take it with me on vacation, and my husband said, sure, do that. But if you're a painter or a sculptor, a lot of time, you focus in on it so much that everything around you kind of softens. Like in a portrait picture, those portrait pictures of the person is like, hey, how you doing? And the back is all blurry. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you're sculpting. You're like, or you're painting, you're, and you don't hear or see. That's really not a thing to do when you're going away with your husband for a nice adventure. So I'll leave the painting here and make it all about us, because I love that man. I got to tell you, he's the love of my life, and I can't wait to spend luxurious time with them, just chilling and relaxing and being together. So excited. We found a couple of really nice seafood restaurants. So I'm sure glad he likes fish and sushi, because I don't know what I'd do if he didn't, but he does. I just love it. Love the progress photos of your paintings. Thank you. I probably will put those there too. It's a challenge, because I'm getting ready. Once I finish this one, I'm going to really do a class that's scary. Okay. It's a totally different process. All right. I don't sketch on the canvas first. I take the paintbrush and I sketch roughly with the paintbrush, and then I paint straight on. But I feel if I can do that and get the hang of it, that might be the way I'd like to paint, where I just jump into the paint and, instead of doing all this stuff that they do when they're painting. Michelangelo did that, honestly. He did his painting, but he was a sculptor by trade. So he wanted it, but I'm looking at it, but he had his style too. His color choices and things like that were beautiful, but he still wanted to go in tight and work on each figure. When you're doing the Sistine Chapel, you do have to kind of section it off, because it's a huge undertaking, right? So it's amazing. But with me, since it's going to be more of a hobby and a fun thing for me, I want to try and be free with it. In fact, there's another lady that I just signed up for her class, and I like that I can do it when I want to do it, where she paints with a palette knife, and I can't wait to do that. I mean, that is the ultimate of play, don't you think? Is to have where's my palette knife? Do I have my palette knife to show you an example? It may be over on my other table, but just taking a palette knife and And then I pick my subject. She does nature. And it's very smart that she does nature with a palette knife because that sells really well. And she's managed to make some really good money by selling her paintings with a. And she does, treescapes and things like that. She says it's not so easy to do a portrait of something with a palette knife. All right. That being said, you need to hear that the way she means it. It's not necessarily easy for her. Okay. Her niche is nature, and she likes doing trees and landscapes. And there is nothing wrong with being a landscape artist, but it doesn't mean that portraits are hard. I've seen some great palette knife portraits, and they do just fine. So that's the one thing about this teacher that I will tell you that she does that I think is not good. If I was going to say something, is she kind of disses watercolors. Now, if you're not good at watercolors, which she's not, obviously, she disses the way watercolor art. She doesn't say watercolor artists aren't good. She just says watercolor artists aren't that watercolors aren't that great. She does that, but she doesn't say watercolor artists aren't that great. She says watercolors aren't that great. And she defends them. She says why they're not that great, in her opinion. Okay. Always her or their opinion doesn't need to be yours. All right. My mother is an amazing watercolor artist. And the things she says that watercolors aren't good, my mother was magical at. Okay. Magical. Could bend it to her will, and they're still as vibrant and still as beautiful as the day she painted them. So don't let someone who, if you want to do watercolors, don't learn from the palette knife lady. It's not her thing. That's all. That's all. We can't do everything, although I seem to be trying. But you can't do everything. So pick what you want. And the reason I took this palette knife lady is I love her energy, and I'm going to try a few landscapes, but I don't see myself living in landscape world, nor do I want to paint like her. I will paint like her for a little bit to learn, but then I want to paint like Terri. And that's what you want to do. Duplicating somebody else's art, you won't ever be able to do it. It's always going to be yours. But that helps you build confidence. Is the teacher teaching you steps and you doing what she says helps you build confidence. That first painting, the fact that it looks like me surprises the heck out of me. And she wasn't the best teacher, okay? But she was good enough for me to figure it out, all right? She does photoreal, which personally, if you step back and you can't tell the difference between a photo and the painting, I kind of am like, why? Okay, but that's me. That's me asking why. I'm not saying it's not a good idea. Some people, that's what they want to do. They want to make it so photorealistic that they fool you. This is what makes them happy. And that's a real skill, isn't it? Okay. But I'm really grateful to you for saying that, Leo, that it looks almost photorealistic. Can't even say it. I'm so excited that you said that. So thank you. And thank you for saying, Judy, that you like the progress of it. I will show you more because I think it's important. I actually want to show me struggling while I'm actually painting, because I think it's important for you to watch me struggle. And that way, you can struggle too. There's nothing wrong with struggling, especially in acrylics, because you paint over it. So, with this drawing guy I'm doing, this 20-year-old taskmaster that's making me very tired, he's Bryce. He is something else. He's finally taking a 2-week vacation. Thank God. He's saying, if I don't respond, I'm just taking 2 weeks off. He is adorable. He's just the cutest thing. And, but he really does work you. He makes you draw and draw and draw. My arms will get tired. And now he's teaching us watercolors. I should post how to color your ink illustrations with watercolors. Okay. And he's having us mix. Well, I don't think I have it here. I'll show you next time. He is having us mix watercolors with using the primary colors. So your red, blue, and yellow, or your cyan, your blue, and your yellow. I think that's how he says it. Anyway, your CMYK kind of, many of you know what I mean. And then you mix all your colors doing that. So I painted a couple of figures to show him in one of my things. And he really liked how I painted them. He said the colors didn't look muddy and they looked crisp. He loved that. But he thought I should really work on having really strong light source. So I've got to do another one. I did a sketch. I did a new sketch because my older sketches I didn't think really illustrated what he needs in this next exercise. So I did my own sketching from scratch. Amy, do I have it here? Oh my gosh, I could show you. I haven't colored it yet. I don't even know if I have it in here yet. I may not. I may have to go. I mean, it's just incredible. I go up, I go down, I can't find it. Right, left, up, down. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Let's go all the way to the bottom. Okay, here we're at the bottom. No, I don't have it here, my latest sketch, but it's very intricate and it's not colored in yet. So let me just take you to my Procreate. And is it in there? No, because I did it straight on paper. I haven't even taken a picture of it yet. So I did it straight. I did it in straight ink because that's the rules. There are so many ways you can do it and cheat. To be honest with you, I could do it digitally. I don't use pencil when I draw digitally. I just use layers. So I could, so I could easily cheat, but that's not the point. The fact that he's forcing me to draw in ink directly to the paper is great. So let me show you a few more things that he had me do. He had me pick an animal and I drew these. Okay. He wanted me to do the skeletal insides. I picked a chameleon. All right. But you can see some of the perspective ones, they're getting better, but they are work. So here, I mean, this guy looks better. See, there's a forced perspective. My perspective is getting better, isn't it? And then look at this one. The head's a bit large. So I probably got a little out of control there. And you can see near the tail, that line, okay? Because it's straight ink, guys. It's straight ink. Here's another one. And you can see that I had a little trouble with the one on the left, and then the one on the right is kind of interesting with that front foreleg and that back leg on him. And then here's a few more. This is doing it really fast with a brush, not a pen. And then, oh, that's my chalkwalk thing. So we're out of those pictures. But the point is that, your heart's racing and your heart's beating. Another thing he had me do was this robot. So you see now we have all of these different ink sketches of these characters from various angles, and some kind of work and some don't. Like I think the one that's in the most, the head might be a little small, but the point is that I just commit to Bryce and he says ink, I draw in ink. It's scary, but it's fun. The ink drawings, they are from a Japanese company because Bryce creates a kit when you take his class. And he sends it to you. So he sends you the pads and stuff for a price, Ugati. But I will show you the next time the pens. They are really amazing. There are 4 that are brushes. So you work with brushes. And then there's a couple that are actual pens. And trying to balance between painting with a brush and drawing with a pen is very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. And even Bryce, my teacher, reminds you to work, the direction so that you're not dragging your hand through your art. There are bridges and stuff, but sometimes you just don't think about that and you're doing it. And he did it a couple of times when demonstrating the class. So anyway, all I'm saying is that it's really, really hard work. My shoulders and my neck are just in so much pain. After I'm done with the class and you've looked through all of it, if it's something you want to do, I will send you over there. Right now, I want to make sure that I like it. Thank you, Connie. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. So sweet of you to say that. And it is wonderful. I even ate some sushi. Yes, you did, because what did I do? I taught Nate about sushi that is with rice. Okay, so he had a California roll because he likes crab and he likes avocado. And he tried it. It was also rice outside, because Nate will tell you the nori is kind of hit and miss with him. So we did it that way and he couldn't believe it. Made him very happy. Sometimes it's nice when you can try things that will work in your favor. Thank you, Deanna. And thank you very much for the getaway. TikTok is a great challenge for you. Yes, it is, Leo. And I'll be sharing some of those videos of 5 minutes or less will really make a difference. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they're going to be a minute. You saw my first introduction, and I'm so proud of that. I can't even tell you how proud of that I am. In fact, I'm thinking of possibly using something like that for my introduction on YouTube, where I'm still trying to figure out doing a trailer. That could be a very good one. People are also able to do, I noticed when they're doing their videos that they can point and there's like a thought bubble or a little bit of text. So I need to learn how to do that at intervals. Also, you can speak and the text goes across so that people, if they would rather read it, can do that too. So I have lots to learn, Leo. You're absolutely right. It was such a fantastic time. I love spending time with you. The smokehouse was phenomenal. Yes, we did have a good time. Nate was at Universal, and Nate likes classic stuff. So nostalgia, and they both love nostalgia, and the smokehouse is all about nostalgia. I think it was established in 1948, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a fun place to go. I still need to make it to the El Capitan on a trip there. Yes, and we'll and show you where to get your Hollywood sign picture where you can hold it. Yeah, if you didn't get to do that, we'll do that next time too. Watched Rhea on the way to California. Yeah, and Soul on the way home. Yeah, Soul is great, isn't it? I keep watching Soul over and over and over again. It's one of the things I love about Disney Plus. I think that 22 has a lot to teach. And so I'm always going, meh, just like, because meh, meh, meh. So me and Marvel, usually, meh. So right now, Loki for me, meh. So my husband's going to watch it a little ways, and then I'm going to dip a toe in when I can binge watch several so I can understand it. Because right now I'm nothing but a big question mark on the Loki series on Disney Plus. I just don't get it. Don't bother to explain it to me. My husband will do that, but soon maybe be able to talk of that. Rhea was fun. Yes, it was. I mean, it has a dragon in it, so what's not to love, yeah? Angie says, loved Hidden Figures. It is beautiful. And my friend Josie Katz took me to an event at the Academy Theater where I got to meet the current amazing Hidden Figures of NASA. And that was wonderful, meaning the women who were like one woman, she's all Mars. Everything about her is Mars, 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 Mars. So I was looking for her when Mars did its landing thing because it's her obsession. She loves it, and she's very much involved with everything that we've been seeing Mars. She's quite a gal. And then there's another one. She I mean, everyone has got Moon or Mars or they're so amazing and they're so smart. And they're so wonderful, and they're so exciting that women are getting acknowledged more and more now. It's about time. It's about time. Yeah, it is. Happy birthday, Terry. Have a wonderful time. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Collecting paint by numbers. Paint by numbers paintings are huge right now. Lots of wonderful kits available for the curious. Well, that's fun. That's a good way to break into it, wouldn't you say? If you need a little more confidence, where to put what. I think that's kind of fun. Yeah, I think that sounds fun. Yeah. A retreat to create. Yes, that's exactly it. So Judy, if you are someone who's curious about doing creative things and you want some people to help you out, that's what the retreat is for. The other thing that's really great about the retreat is that if you're an artist and you just can't seem to figure out the best way for your art to move forward, you want to, what should I do to sell? How should I sell? How should I start? What if my money or budget is low? How do I help that? Those are questions that I answer and help you with. Sometimes you're not sure how to do it. If I can use Janny G as an example, who's a big member of my tribe, who is a member of the tribe, Janny does some gorgeous paintings. Okay, this woman is phenomenal. Her work is beyond belief. It is so beautiful. You look at a Janny G painting, Janny painted it. And that's my goal, is to be able to, when you look at my painting, it's me without it being a portrait of me. You still don't know if I painted it, but I did. And the thing that's really interesting about that is that when I watch her, she's starting to post more and more of her time lapse and her work and stuff, and she talks about it. But she's really becoming very successful as an artist. But when we met, she was semi-successful, and she just didn't know the next step. One thing many artists want to know is how to price their work. Many will say, I don't know how to price your work. And I said this to Jenny, yes, you do. And I think it was last Friday that I demonstrated what we went through. Well, we've been friends ever since. And she's just doing amazingly well. Well, when we were at the retreat, she was trying to figure out, she had all these big, massive, expensive paintings, okay, paintings that you had to invest in. And she was finding it challenging for people to buy her smaller stuff. So one of the things she asked me to help her do is to find things where she could sell for around $20, $50 that people could purchase and take with them instead of having to invest $150 or $250 or $6,000. They loved her and they loved her work, but maybe the budget didn't allow it. And you noticed with me in the pins, I have the $20 pin. So if you can't have the mega illuminating ghost for $1,300 a set, they're limited and they're very collectible and they will appreciate. Yes. But if it's not in your budget, it's not in your budget. So perhaps and hopefully a pin, a hitchhiking ghost pin for $20 is in your budget and you can buy it and have it and it glows and it's wonderful. So there you go. So that was my idea for me, but that's what we share in the retreats. Then we make puppets together. We've done that. We've painted together. We've sculpted together. We've drawn together. You teach me because I know I can see where my teaching is lacking and know what you like. So absolutely, a retreat to create is fun. Only 10 can go. It is an investment to go, but it runs just under $2,000 a person to do this. Okay. $2,000 a person. So get that penny jar and save it up now if you want to be a part of it. Okay. Cause a lot of people want to do it. So it's like I usually make it $1,997, something around in there for you to be a part of it. But I do pay for your hotel and all your food is covered. So it's a really good deal for the weekend. And then you have me face to face with, it's good. It's really good. So that's why I'm doing it. But that's me, more intimate groupings. Okay. I'm not real good about the thousands and thousands. I don't feel I do you service by that. This is about as close as I get. And I'm going to start to do videos where I teach you here so you can learn because I want everybody to be able to learn. Okay. So if you can't do the investment, the actual retreat, you can see videos where I teach you step by step. I'm working on those right now. Yeah. So it's a lot. I didn't mention that in all the things I'm doing is to do more videos for you. You just brought back a memory, says Bob. Sam or Kim used to go back home and used to tell his family what good children we have. I never looked at my life's work being a father from that point of view. Thank you. You're welcome. You and Rose are both amazing with your kids. Yeah. Another thing that you're true artists with, and I know you know this, Bob, is your charity work. Your ability to organize philanthropistic events. You guys are geniuses at that. I've always thought you were one of the most amazing artists where that's concerned, being able to get the people together and gather and create an event or to inspire people to do an event in your area that will benefit them. And you get the mayor out and you guys are phenomenal. Yeah, definitely artists. Maybe not draw and paint, but you definitely are great with the events, Yeah, both of you. Just fantastic about that. If I can, I will for sure. I know you will because you're amazing. Because you're amazing people and parents. That's for you, Bob Berdine, because you are. We're not telling you anything that you don't already know. Mark Silverman, I'm going to WDW in September for the 50th anniversary. I'll be speaking on a voice panel. So excited, but it's going to be awful hot in September. It is, honey. It is. But here's a reason to go, guys. If you're going to WDW and you're going there for the 50th, go to the panel that Mark is on because he's a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited for him. I won't be there, but I'll be promoting him. Why? Because we promote the people we believe in, and I believe in Mark Silverman. Absolutely, says Nate. Try to know the culture, the customs where you visit, and the wildlife and things that may be dangerous. Yeah, like alligators in Florida. What? Don't be walking around a little pond with your little dog or your little kids because alligators look at them as food. So be careful. Okay. There's a reason there are cages on the backs of homes in Florida. Ask. Always ask. I am also not on TikTok, says Nate. I fear I would not have time. I barely have time for IG. Yeah, I know. And I just did IG. Wow, it's amazing. I mean Instagram, but I mean the IGTV. Oh my gosh, I just did that. And I was like, these are fun. So yeah. Been and have been slacking. Look, everybody needs a break. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. When it becomes too much work, you got to back off it. And this is what I'm telling you about people. It was mentioned that people, Joseph said, find a niche and you'll get a lot of followers, but followers are not my goal. I want people to if I have a message, I want whoever benefits by the message, I want you to follow me. Okay. Subscribe, please, if this is something you like hearing. But the main thing is I've watched people with millions of subscribers say, what have I done? I've gone from creating what inspires me that got people to come to the channel in the first place to performing like a circus dog because I don't want to lose my followers. So you've got to be careful. Okay. You've got to think about what you want in your life. And like Nate says, he pulled away from it for a while because you need to sometimes. You need to take a break. If you love it, love it, love it, and this is what you love, 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 and this is what you want to do 24/7, then you're in the right place. But I can't neglect my sculpting, and my goal is to bring you in to see my work eventually, and so you can observe me while I'm working too. So that's the goal. That was always been my goal, to teach you how to do stuff on a in a block of lessons like I'm learning now. They record it first, they send it out, you pay a little fee, and you get to learn it at your leisure as often as you like. That's the goal for me. That's my mission in life, is to do those. And I'm going to love those. I know I'm going to love those. Bob says he appreciates the affirmation. I'm sure you read that, Nate. Very tasty, says Deanna, about her nacho thing. Definitely, though, you don't need to thank me being so awesome and being a friend. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. He is. Y'all are very awesome, by the way. Give yourself a pat on the back, because I'm so grateful to have you here today, as I always am. Don't feel bad. As I have told you, I am no rush on her. I hope to come out and be part of the process anyway. Yes, well, we need, there's some things I start and then I do. Even if you can't get out quickly, you and Kevin, I am going to start sending you photos. However, because you are so relaxed about it, I'm going to break ground on Roly Crumps about the same time. I'm actually going to work on them both, because it's good to, here's another thing. If you're an artist, it's good to have a couple of things going. So you look away from the thing you're working on and you come back to it. You look at it with fresh eyes. It's very important. So I'm going to do Jessica and the chess pieces for Roly. You're in good company, Nate. And so is he. So there you go. Thank you for that. Plus, it gives us an excuse to hang out. Yes, it does. I think you have to have something like 100,000 followers to be verified and go live on TikTok. The blue check mark next to your name means you're verified. Yes, Joseph, I do know that. However, remember, I have been talking about this guy that's the coin shop. No periods, no hyphens, no nothing. The coin shop. He goes live because he has 2.1 million followers, 2.1 million followers, subscribers. Anyway, 2.1 who have signed in to follow him. And he goes long time, and he's still yet to be verified. He keeps saying, I would love to be verified. I would love to be verified, but he hasn't been verified yet. He does not have that blue check mark. So he's still allowed to go long. I think you're right. Over so many viewers, you can do it. And then you still need to be verified, but they don't necessarily do that right away, because he still isn't, and he really wants to be. So I hope he does, because he's been having some challenges with not being verified, and it's important to him to be verified. So I wish him the best verification ever, because I know how much it means to him. And I actually joined one of his lives and bought something from him. I purchased something from him. I can't even remember what it is, but I did, as a thank you for all that I had learned and for the entrance into this new world of coins. I just felt it was something that I should do, People donate to that channel too, which I don't understand how that works. But I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to have something from him and see what it was like. And so I went ahead and invested. I trusted him enough to invest. I didn't spend a lot of money because I'm not really a coin collector. I want to go through my change, but I did it because I wanted to learn a little bit more about him and wanted to thank him. I mean, being a follower thanks him to a certain extent, but I thought this would be good too. But thank you for the verified qualification. I appreciate that. You have recently helped inspire me to draw again. Really, Tracy? Used to do it all the time, then life happened. Now that it is no longer happening, my enthusiasm is returning. Everybody on this channel for Tracy. And Tracy, you need to be on our tribe. But everybody cheer her. This is a big deal. This is a huge, big deal. Please don't take this lightly. For someone to get re-inspired to do what they are destined to do and to have fun is a big deal. Tracy, I am so excited you shared that with us today. And I hope that you will share some of your sketches with me. And if you're in the tribe, because sometimes this can be a little challenging for people when they're getting back into something or they've never done it before, is to share it on the tribe. So should your budget allow it and you can be a part of the tribe, we'd love to have you. Or are you already? I apologize if you are already. I haven't seen you on the Zooms so forgive me. But if you are, post it in there and everybody will give you encouragement. We're all about positive, and you even may get a little critique from the great Chris McCauley, who is one of the geniuses on this planet, and he'll help you. And Janny, who's an amazing painter. They'll all help you. All of them. We've got so many. We've got Ron Kabbalah. We've got Liz Reed. Liz Reed started with a castle that she painted on because she missed Disney Paris. She had never done a mural in her life. She had never really worked with paint that much, she confesses, and she did it, and everybody helped her to get it done. At one point, she hit a milestone where she was so terrified she was just going to give up, and everybody jumped in to help her. So you're going to have that feedback and that love, and they are just amazing. So if I've spoken out of turn and you are a member of the tribe, forgive me. This Friday today is I'm a little battle weary, so I'm surprised I'm remembering my own name, actually. So I apologize in advance. And if you're not, I encourage you, if you can, be a part. It would be good for you as you begin to draw. And I'm so happy for you. I'm so, so excited for you. Just put us on the pre-sign up list and when and where for it. Okay, Nate, you're down. You want Kevin too? Kevin wants to come? Does Kevin want to come too? Now, here's the thing. Kevin can come. But, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. You and I will talk about it, okay? Along with Kevin, okay? We'll talk about it. I'm so excited. You deserve the break and your time together. Yes, well, you know what I've said, 1 day in 7 for your family day, which is why on Sundays you can barely find me. Every once in a while I'll put something on because my husband has to do something. And this Sunday was one of those days he needed to get something done. So, and he's just really been, it's just, let me touch a little bit on relationships as we're going into our 3rd hour here, which is pretty crazy. And then I probably should sign off. But relationships, you don't keep score. You just work like a good synchronized swimming team, if you will. Or, you're in the zone together. He loads the dishwasher. I unload the dishwasher. If I find that the coffee machine doesn't have water, I add water. Do I complain because he always does not fill the reservoir of the coffee machine every time he does it? No, I don't complain about it. I just do it. Why? Because I don't put the paper, I bring toilet paper into the bathroom, true story, and I'll set it next to the roll. I won't always put it on the roll. It's there, but it's not, he does. We just do it like a synchronized team. Because we love each other and there are things one person will think to do and the other person doesn't. And they'll mention them. And the reason I always, this roll of toilet paper thing with me is because the roll is too big and it drives me crazy to fight it. So I leave it off until it shrinks down and then I would put it on. But my husband puts it on right away, which is why I know it's to get it off. That's my reason. And the coffee thing, he's usually at work, so he'll do it. It'll go. He's got every intention to fill it up, but he's got to get back in and finish working. So I get that too. We don't even need to explain it though. We get it. We're da na 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 da na 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 na. I undo the bed, he makes it. I mess up the kitchen, he cleans it. We're such a perfect match, and that's the best of the batch. So anyway, so that's what I'm saying. You can have a wonderful marriage if you just yin and yang to the best, and he is marvelous. He's marvelous. We both don't like to drive, which is funny. I end up doing most of the driving because most of us like to look out the window like a dog, Ooh, ooh, pretty, 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 pretty. He doesn't really like to drive that much. He does drive though, and a lot of times he will. He never says, no, I don't want to, but I'll ask him occasionally if he will. And but most of the time I do. And that's okay. Okay, that's okay, because there are other things. Like I said, he always has my back. And he's just my strength. And I'm just so grateful every day. I say to God every day, I don't know what I did to deserve him, but don't let me not do it. Okay? Don't ever let me not do it. I love him so much. He is so amazing. And I am so blessed to have him in my life. And that's why one day in 7, so that I can let him know that he is, because we'll get busy in our own worlds days, Monday through Saturday. But Sunday, I get really aggressive about preserving that day for us. So, yeah, people will say, can you do something on Sunday? And I'll go, it's my family day. Like bingo, the last bingo that I told you with Chalk Walk that I love to do, last 2 Sundays, guess who was not there? Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. My son, I really protect them, and a lot of times events are on Sundays. So I will ask him and say, look, I've got this event coming up on Sunday. Can we make a different day our family day? And he's good about it. He's really super good about it. I think we did that on Memorial Day. We made the Monday our family day because we had something I had to do on Sunday. But he's so sweet and good about it. And I try to do the same, But, if the person is the love of your life, have their back. Whatever it takes, be about them. You'll last them a lot longer. So thank you, Nate. Thank you. I've got to get going. Message me if you have questions. Yes, I am about to leave as well. I mean, we're at the 3-hour mark, guys. Here we are, 3 hours. So there you go. Thank you, Joseph. Just joking about the pre-sign up. No, you're not trying to be. You are not. Nate, don't apologize, Nate. Okay, that's your feminine side. Seriously, they say women apologize way too much than they need to. You don't have to. Not with me. Not with me. I know you. I know Kevin. You guys are wonderful. And I appreciate that because your names are down. Okay. That shows energy and enthusiasm. That is not pushy. But I love you. I love you for saying that. Can you show us some more of your mom? Can you show? Let me see if I can find them. My mom shows them to me, but hasn't let me have any of them. But I may have some sketches of hers. I will look. Thank you for asking, Judy. I will do my best to show you some of the watercolors. I'd love to show you her surfer because she won awards all over California and in the United States for her surfer. She did in watercolor. Back when I was a little girl, I must have been 10. And we went to what was the bank? The Great Western Savings Bank. They're not around anymore. I think that's where it was. And they did a display of her work there. And we all as a family went to see it. Oh, we were so proud of her. So proud of her because her parents killed the artist gene in her. Okay? I don't know if I've told you this. They squished it out of her. And the confidence is gone now. I bought her paints and she just couldn't use them. They created this wall of insecurity and she's never gotten over it. But luckily, she instilled way more confidence than needed in her daughters. And so bless her for that every day. But yeah, her parents told her that there was no future in art. So be a secretary, be an office worker. And she followed that path, and it's really sad. Don't let people dictate your life to you, okay? Be polite. You don't have to be mean about it. Just smile and nod, and then ignore them. Yeah. If you want to be an actor and they're really worried about you, thinking you're going to wait tables, you may not always want to be an actor, but if you want to try for it, it's a rough business. I'm not going to lie to you. But some people are making it, you know? Some people are doing it, right? If you didn't try, you don't get. If you don't enter, you don't move forward. So try. Maybe later you say, wow, I'm really not liking this like I thought I did. And you move on to something else. It doesn't mean you failed. You just changed your mind. Yeah. I love acting, but I'm not huge in it. As a puppeteer, I was pretty good. But as an actor now, I'm not real successful. I get a commercial here or a small part here once in a while. And it doesn't bother me. And I wonder why. Because back when I was a kid, I was like, gotta do it. And now I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. It'll happen. If it's going to happen, it'll happen. If not, it won't. And I think it's because I watch actors and so many are eager to leave. They're kind of done. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins has said several times he's done. And I mean, he's Anthony Hopkins. If he's tired. So all I'm saying is, if you have a goal, you have a mission, and you want to go forward, just keep hitting it. Just keep hitting it. And talk to people who are in your corner. Don't, haters sometimes hate to hate, not because they think you really can't do it. All right. So please don't let anybody tell you, because watching my mother, it breaks my heart every time. She was a genius at her work, and they killed it. So I have seen some extraordinary watercolor paintings. In fact, one of the current Disney fine artists does some incredible ones. Cannot remember his first name, but I believe his name is Bennett. Memory serves me correctly. Watercolors are amazing. They may not be easy, but acrylics are known to not be easy. Some people will say oils are not easy. When it's your venue, it's your venue. So all I'm saying is, when you're teaching, don't badmouth the other forms of art, which is what really bothered me about this teacher. I don't know that she meant to say it the way she said it, because some people, it comes out of the mouth and it can be wrong at times. But I was sad that she said that, because dissing somebody else's art is not how you make yours go forward. All right. Love art for art's sake. And if it's something you don't, like, let's say you looked at this watercolor artist. Wow, that's really beautiful. I've never had any success with watercolors. I'm great to see you have. That's me with acrylics. When you watch Janny G work in acrylics, it's like, you remember Mickey Mouse in Fantasia? Bush, bush, bush. That's Janny in acrylics. No acrylic can defeat Janny. So I'm looking at acrylics going, like to scream. And everybody's like, oh, try them again. They're fun. Go for it. Play. Here's the benefits of acrylics. And when they showed me to me, I was like, well, doggone it. They are kind of fun, aren't they? I just can't expect to be a genius in a minute. I got to work at it. And watching these people play in their niches is lovely. Be it watercolor, be it spin painting, be it carving, be it felting, be it singing, be it dancing, be it lip sync, be it puppetry. We're about to see the Olympics. I really hope we don't. I would rather them not be in Tokyo, because all of Tokyo is going, no, postpone. We're sick here. And I worry about the athletes, because athletes can be arrogant. But if they do go and we watch, they're going to be sensational. We're going to see people that are the top of their game, athletically. It's all artists. You all are artists. If you're passionate about it, you're an artist, and I thank you for that. Okay, a few more. We're going to be at 3.5 hours. I totally understand where he's coming from. Yes, you have to take a break for a while. Yep. Nothing like watercolors. Absolutely. Yeah. I'd love to learn them, Cindy. Yes, Cindy, it's great. And there's, you go to YouTube and you find yourself someone who loves them. Now, the best YouTube I've found is someone who gives you tiny lessons at the beginning, and then you go to their website and you pay for a full-on class, because it's nice to support them while they support you, correct? So Cindy, that's what I do. My mother used to wet the paper for a while to get certain effects in her watercolors. And it was so fascinating just to watch her do it. I'm not much of a watercolor artist either. I use watercolors to color, which is why Bryce is such a special person for me, because when you use watercolors to color, and I love that. I'm going to show you something right now. Where are my albums? Please, all albums now. Thank you very much. Going to favorites. Here they are. Okay, Cindy, you asked me to do this, and I said I was going to email these to you, but I didn't. These are my dragon cachets, okay? They are hand-colored using watercolor. That's what I did. So you can see I'm just sort of paint by numbering in the lines, but if you can see in the belly of what this one is called the King, you can see that I have a little darker golds and I have orange going into yellows and things of this nature. This is how I use watercolors mostly. Here's another one showing you the gradients that I do with the watercolors. So I don't do watercolor painting, but I use watercolor to color because I love them. I love them to death. And this is what my teacher right now is teaching me about coloring drawings in watercolor. You can see I knew how to draw, but I'm going to tell you right now, this not only was a pencil sketch, but it was several pencil sketches before it ended up here. And then I had to do straight ink on the envelopes. I used a light board because they all have to match. So I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to be truthful. Here's the other dragon. Each dragon represents the one that's on the stamp. This is the key. This is the key to cachets, is if they kind of reflect somehow what's on the stamp, people go gaga for them if they want to buy them. And here's my purple dragon. This is MJ's favorite right here. There you go. The purple dragon. And you'll notice this one really shows it very well. If you look at the stamp, you'll see a castle in the stamp. See that castle right there? And then the castle is reflected over here in the corner. Okay, so that's what cachet collectors seem to like. So that's what I seem to do. But I didn't copy the dragon. You'll notice that the dragon in the stamp is a completely different type of illustration. I did my dragons. But that's what they're about, and that's what I do. I watercolor the ink drawings. I color, with watercolors. So I love watercolors too, but I'm not really looking to be a watercolor artist. This is another one that I did with watercolors as well. This is the love stamp. And these are the numbers of the watercolors over in the corner. This is actually my, what do they call it? That tells you, it's what I go by. It tells me how to color my Valentine's Day stamp of the knight and his maiden in love with hearts all around. And the hearts copy the Heart Blossom logo of the cancellation. So that's kind of what they suggest to you to do when you're doing cachets, but that's how I use watercolors. Yeah, Nate loves them too. Struggles are your learning. Yeah, well, the lessons, I want to do the lessons, but I have to make sure, okay, if you're me and you have a lot of things you like to do, you have to create what I call the carrots, okay? I also have a painting I have to finish for July for the charity I'm involved in. So let's not forget that. But I have to do the work that may not be so appealing, like creating all the stuffers for my ghosts. That's essential. That needs to happen. But compared to painting, it's kind of bleh. But I have to do that before I can really paint. I have to do a little bit of that, invest in that, so that when those ghosts come near the end of June, which is next week, they're ready to go. Okay. So you got to do your work. This is a carrot. This lovely painting is a carrot so that you don't sit and play. And it's hard because I would rather play. Retirement will probably be a lot more playing, a lot less of that sort of stuff. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Yes, Floyd Norman does post watercolors lately, and Floyd Norman is really good at it. Yes, and he's a lovely fella. And he's a legend too, isn't he, Bob? Yeah, and a good friend. He's such a love. Such a love. Yes, yes, he's the best. He's a sweetie. Saving my pennies, yes, Judy. Now, that a girl. Look through your pennies. You might have one that could be worth a lot of money. Okay? You were going to use as your example as well. Yes, I don't quite understand it. You'll fix it for me, won't you? Hi, Celia. And good way to avoid tunnel vision is having a couple of projects going. Well, what happens is you could have a mistake. Okay. I could be working on something. Let's take Nate's Jessica Rabbit that I'm working on. Maybe something isn't quite doing the way I want it to do. Then I look away from the sculpture I'm doing for Nate Singleton, and I work on Rolly Crump's chess set. Then Rolly Crump's chess piece may not be working or could be working, or, and I go back and all of a sudden, I mean, it's that fast. If you're doing one project, step up, go have a coffee, stretch yourself, breathe, and then come back and look at it. The idea is to see it through new eyes every time. Some people will just work it, including me, all the time. We'll just keep working it until it can't breathe. What, Tracy? Yeah, see? Everybody's in your corner, Tracy, because you're starting to draw again. Nate Single is hard to find, but you should check out Willie Ito. He works in watercolors also, and he did a spaghetti scene for Lady and the Tramp. Yes, he did so many things. Willie Ito is going to be is going to be more present in the future, guys, okay? So if you know Cindy Fortino, you saw her just pop in and say a couple words. She is responsible for getting Willie out into the marketplace more, and he's doing some great stuff. So keep your ear or reach out to Cindy. She's in my friends list, and she'll help you. She'll get on her list for Willie, and she'll let you know when stuff is available. In fact, if you do it now, Willie is doing a special thing to commemorate, because they just put a stamp out, and forgive me, Cindy, if I don't remember this, of the Asian soldiers that fought for the U.S. And you remember, because George Takei spoke about it quite a bit, about being a young man and segregated into the Japanese camp when U.S. was at war. They were moved to camps and held there because they were simply Japanese or Asian. So they remember this as children. Willie is one of these people too, and Willie is celebrating that stamp. So get with Cindy and look for her in my list and friend her if you can, and ask to be put on the list or ask to be notified so you can get something from Willie. I think you'll really enjoy it, and he's amazing, by the way. I'm so excited for you, Tracy. Me too. Yes, good boy, Kevin. You're a rock star. Yes, after the birthday, we'll see. Yeah, your. Nate says, I actually sent Willie a friend request and sent him a message because I'd heard we share the love of Jessica. Hope he eventually accepts my request, but it does allow me to follow him at least. The thing is that Willie is not necessarily personally as present because he's like me. We're older. Okay. It's not an artist. This kind of thing, when you're working on something and you're talking about it, the flow isn't the same. Okay. So that's why I say reach out to Cindy and she can help you. Okay. She's really helping Willie because he does want to be out amongst more people, and he does want to be more modern, but it's more challenging for us. So if you reach out to Cindy, who's younger, by the way, she'll be able to help you get what help you connect if you need to connect, or help you to get some things from Willie that he's doing extra special for these events. Okay. Okay. She's really good at it. So reach out to Cindy Fortino. I will definitely look through more of his works. I have seen some, but not a lot yet. Yes. You, like I said, Cindy. Say it with me. Cindy. Nate, thank you. I love you too. You betcha. We're buds. I have to always been telling, apologize too much and trying to, you're in touch with your feminine side. That's all. I, as a woman, had to do the same thing. I used to send emails and say, I'm so sorry that I have to say this again. And I always X it out. I see I have to say this again. Yes. Well, yeah. And your dad, of course. Of course. Of course. But you guys are rock stars right now, you and Kevin. So own it. Own it, my friend. Own it. Breaks my heart for her. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, it's too bad. But she made the decision that because she had no confidence, she wanted her daughters to have confidence. And you see before me the result of it, her and my dad. Yep, it was great being born mixed. Yeah, bullied, even bullied, hair set on fire, shoved in a locker. I am grateful to all of it because it helped me understand about people. And I really know people well. I give you permission to retire at 80. Thank you, Leo. Thank you for today, Terri. Thank you, Judy, for saying thank you. I love watercolor pencils. See, Deanna, she's on it. She's on it. You going to show us some of your work, girlfriend? She's already shown us some great stuff. So, yeah. You got 500 crickets in the mail? Do you have water dragons or something? Or did you get them for you to eat? Those of you who are creeping out right now, deep fried crickets are yummy and high in protein. I'm just saying. Willie is amazing. I've told him I respect him. Dinyar's more so his days at the encampments. Exactly. Encampment. That's what you say. Yeah. Willie is just a fun guy. We have known each other for years. Every time we see each other, he remembers my name and I remember his name. We are partners in crime as we are, we're ethnic, aren't we? Willie too. Willie too. Floyd too. We may just want to create art, but the fact of the matter is we're Asian, we're Black, we're white, we're mixed. We're all different colors of the rainbow. And we realize that for some people, they want to know about this and understand better. And that's good. It's good that they're curious. They're not judgmental. Okay. Thank you, Walt Whitman. Thank you, Ted Lasso. But we're all different. We're all unique and we're all very, very special. I want you to own that. All right. Because to dislike someone because they look, feel, or are different is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I think you're wasting your time. You're wasting the gift that God gave you, and we only have so much time on earth, some less than others. So, make every minute count. You don't want to be laying there and saying, boy, I regret not doing A, B, C, D. Try to pretend. What would you regret not doing? And get her done, dude. And if you need some help, we're here for you. Right? Right. Just sent. There you go. And did you let her know that, let her know you're my friend? Okay. Let her know that, you know me. And then I told them to seek her out, right? Tell her. She's a lovely gal. She is a lovely gal. Bearded dragons. Aha. I knew it was one of those. Ha ha. Yes, Deanna has an arc. She doesn't like to talk about it much, but she has 2 of just about every animal, it looks like. So when things look a little scary, we're all going to go over to Deanna's. I love you, Deanna. She does. She loves animals. And I love animals, but I love seeing all the animals that she has. But I'm telling you, deep fried crickets are delicious. Roasted crickets are also yummy. Maybe your dragons would like those. Nah, dragons probably like them like real and alive so that they can hunt them. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you for all your time. And guys, we're at the end at 3 hours and 22 minutes. I know I said I was going to stop at 3 hours, but I just couldn't. You had lots of lovely things to say, and I wanted to talk to you. Have a lovely time. Remember, Monday I won't be broadcasting, and Wednesday will not be a Zoom call. Well, that's for the tribe, of course. But I will see you Friday. I think there might be something that keeps me from Friday, but don't think that. Just think we're going to get together Friday, and I'll let you know if that should that happen, okay? I love you a bunch. Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel so much better. And have fun. Enjoy yourself. and try something new. Look on YouTube and try a class. I highly recommend an amazing painter. His name is Will Kemp, Kemp. Google him. He teaches you on YouTube quick ways that you can paint in oils and in acrylics, but then you can go to his site and actually take one of his classes, and the prices are very reasonable. So check out Will. He's a true painter. I love he is actually my next class because he teaches you to paint right away, not do a lot of sketching underneath, which is cool. But anyway, I'm going. I love you. Have a lovely time. Happy Father's Day, as Deanna says. Leo says, see you on the flip side. Catch you on the flip side. And have a great weekend. Do not cash your coins in before looking through them first, or you could throw the baby out with the bathwater. I love you.